What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Tales from the Flipside. We are in post-Christmas mode. Happy holidays to everybody out there. We've got all kinds of news, market report. We're just here to chill and hang out tonight. Thanks for joining us.
You're listening to Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside.
No sound. I muted myself. Did I mute myself? Jesus. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Tales from the Flipside. Post-Christmas chill out mode. I think everybody's just hanging out. So some people got time off. Some people are still getting over Christmas hangovers. And we're just here to hang out, talk comics. Got all kinds of fun stuff tonight. What do you say we get into some quick news of the week? Not very much going on this week, but there was some interesting stuff. The 98th birthday of the one and only Stan the Man. He would have been 98 today. Was it today?
Yeah.
So, cool picture right here. It's kind of weird that they're not going to be able to do Stan the Man cameos anymore. What do you think? We think we're going to get any of those in phase 4?
I'm sure they could CGI them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure they shot some extra stuff that.
I think it'd be classier if they just put in memory of and move on.
Yeah. Well, do they do cameos anymore? Do they do those little things, or they just don't do anything like that anymore?
I don't think anybody else.
I thought we just do it at the end of each movie, and then the credits, like after or before the post scene.
Yeah,
the credit scene or whatever that everybody has.
I just don't think anybody else has the gravitas.
Kevin Feige is getting close.
Yeah. Just think if he starts working on other intellectual properties, i.e. Star Wars, right?
Yeah, but he's almost not as recognizable face-wise, though.
Yeah.
He's going to need to grow a mustache.
You could argue freaking Favreau at this point. Man can cameo in whatever he wants, but he's already a character, you know?
Yeah, Ultra's got a great one. Deadpool should do the cameo now.
If Ryan Reynolds' contract terms are what they've been rumored to be, that's the least he could do for us.
Yeah.
I got to tell you guys something, because we're doing a Christmas episode. My little one, not littlest one, but my 11-year-old wanted to watch Once Upon a Deadpool. I let him watch it once because, it was the PG-ish version, not the hard R. And he's been begging to watch it for like the last 8 months. It is nowhere. You can't stream it. You can't rent it. You can't do anything with it. I don't think you can purchase it on Amazon.
Huh.
I had to resort to buying a Blu-ray with a digital upload for way more than I wanted to pay, because that was the only option.
Interesting.
But it made the kid's day. So I have no idea where the rights are, or if it just went away or what, but it's nowhere.
I'm actually really loving the Deadpool cameo thing. I'm looking at the comments. What's up, everybody live in the comments tonight? We appreciate you guys. Again, you guys make this fun for us. Comments have been just fire. Live chat have been fire lately. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you guys know whenever new stuff comes out. We've got stuff hitting at a flurry pace. I mean, like, things are dropping left and right. We also want to talk about something.
Can I jump back a second?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Go on. I got thinking. What if they make Deadpool and fucking Hugh do a cameo each one? just
Be fun.
bickering
Yeah.
like old ladies.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
A way to kind of throw a nod to Wolverine and the OG.
I wouldn't be too bad with that. I think, yeah, I wouldn't be too bad with that. I'd be cool with that. Wouldn't be that bad. All right. So, one of the things I want to remind everybody is to do yourself a favor. And like I said, like and subscribe on the page. Here's the page. You can see all the crazy stuff going on. We got a new show coming, ladies and gentlemen. It dropped earlier today. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a show of the show. It is the top 10 prospective list, or the prospect list, as we like to call it. Nico, why don't you talk a little bit about the show and what's going on?
All right, so this is rolling out of the Modern Playbook group. What I did was invited the best modern comic collectors in the game, the guys that I really look to and admire. We've got, CBSI guys like Andy Tomberlin and Philip Lee, new guys from Go Collect like Mr. Long Short, old school G+ers like the one and only Sleepy John, It's Drunken Chat Son, royalty like the mighty Mel V, among others. Steve from My Bargain Comics is arguably the best mind in comics. Dollar Bin, really the number one up and coming voice for modern comic flippers on YouTube. And we put them in a pool. There's some other people involved. I don't want to necessarily bore you with a long list, but what they do
left me
is,
out.
What's up?
You left me out.
We're going to get Z involved, but what they do is they throw books up as prospects, right? Like, I like this as a book that's got explosive growth potential. I like this as a long-term hold. I like this book as a 3 to 6 month flip. And they talk about it, debate it, and then finally vote on it. And everybody's votes counted equally. At the end of the week, we get the top 10 books, and then they drop it for you as quick as we can record it. It's an interesting project. I like it because it's forward thinking and forward looking, and it's committee based. And I think that a lot of times people fall in love with their own books, right? Like, I got 10 copies of this book in my box, and it's the best book. And what I'm trying to do is defeat that kind of stuff by looking at more of a focused group kind of perspective. So the committee, as we like to call them, or the comic book panel, really knocked it out of the park with the first episode. There's already about 1,000 views. It dropped a little bit earlier this afternoon. And if you would take a look at it, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Very cool stuff. Got some interesting stuff coming other than that too. So again, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And I see a bunch of show friends in the chat tonight. What up, Dan the Man? I see you, brother. Dr. Lovebox, of course, contributor to the Modern Playbook, Steve Horn, Ultra Maximus. We got Andy in the house.
Yeah, and we're looking for some serious content from Ultra coming here soon. Now, he's a part of the Modern Playbook, obviously, but we're hopeful that he's going to commit to doing something additional on the channel as well. So keep an eye out for that. We're all really excited to see what's in store.
And also make sure you guys like and subscribe to Ultra's page on YouTube. He's doing some really cool things. He just reached past the 250 subscriber mark. So congrats to Ultra over there. Let's get him to 1,000 as soon as possible. So make sure you guys go and subscribe over on Ultra's channel. All right.
And I'd also like for you guys to guilt our friend Gary back into my Modern Playbook group.
Shout out to
shame, waterboarding.
Shout out to the Comic Perspective. Make sure you guys go check out Gary's channel. He kills it over there. Of course, everybody in the community, Newbie Comics, Gary Nusser, Ultra Maximist, Drunken Chat Crew, all those people. There's a lot of people in our community that are doing really good things and have done some really cool things over the years. So we appreciate everybody in this community. Of course, shout out to Simple Man Crew and all those people, Lords of the Long Box, just a lot of people that are doing good things in our community. And yeah, make sure you guys check them out. All right, on to some more news stuff. It looks like we're going to get 8 episodes of WandaVision in the first season, so that's cool. I don't know. I wasn't expecting any more.
No,
Well, no, but reports like 2 weeks ago that it was 6 episodes, and I was like, "Oh man!" So just the extra 2 is a big deal for me.
Well, I think isn't like 6 episodes kind of like the norm for pilot seasons type thing?
yeah,
It's
but
like
this is
shorter
Marvel,
episodes.
Man, I expect more.
Yeah.
I mean, at this stage of the game, I want it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm so hungry for new Marvel content on any platform. My goodness.
But I think they learned from the Netflix stuff. Like 13's too long.
Certainly
All
to
over
drop
the
at one
13.
time. My God.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
6 to 8, maybe 10 is probably a doable amount. But once you get over that, I mean, it's just you're weaving too big a story unless you're doing a couple big stories in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so 8 was the magic number for The Mandalorian. I think it's going to be a magic number for WandaVision. I'm stoked. We'll see. And like that kind of segues into the next one.
Yeah.
We're expecting, hopefully, a trailer
Of this?
for the Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this image leaked. I'm not sure necessarily of the veracity of it, but it's popped up everywhere online. It appears to be the back of a toy card, like a Marvel Legends figure for Icarus. And the rumor mill is suggesting that sometime around New Year's we should get a trailer for Eternals. They've finished shooting that a long time ago, and it's been in stasis. So, much like Black Widow, I hope that we don't get trailer after trailer, but no release. We'll see how this all goes. But
Well,
Yeah. I like the costume.
That movie's such an enigma because it's been going so long, and I feel like we know nothing. You know, we know the characters, but they've given us nothing.
I like that. I'm all for that. Gives us a little something to be excited about, other than I think that it took so long for Wonder Woman to come out that it felt like it either had to be great,
Too
it
much
had to be,
expectation.
it had to be absolutely amazing, or
But I think Eternals is it's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy in that nobody actually knows what to expect.
did you guys watch Wonder Woman?
yeah, it was
I did.
horrible.
You both watched it?
Yeah. I'm not going to go horrible. It was fine.
I'll never get those hours of my life back. Now,
Yeah.
admittedly, I slept through 85% of the movie, 95% of the movie. I watched about 15 minutes. I wasn't tired. I fell asleep spontaneously because it was so bad. Then I woke up and there was 5 minutes of the movie left. And it was the worst 5 minutes of cinema that I've ever seen in my entire life. I could have watched Gal Gadot on mute and been happy.
I think you guys are a little harsh.
I'm not trying to be negative too. Like that's one of my New Year's resolutions, is trying to be a little bit more positive, right? And I love any comic book movie that comes out.
Look, if I wasn't talking to our true blue brethren here on the podcast, I'd be like, Wonder Woman's amazing. I constantly lie about the viability of comic book related stuff to the non-insiders.
It wasn't as bad.
You know what I mean?
Birds
Like
of
trying
Prey.
to prop it up. I don't know. I slept through 95% of it, but Birds of Prey was also awful.
I'm going to go in with this. To me, it was fine. I didn't have crazy expectations. I enjoy the 80s vibe, so it's fun to me there. Chris Pine was by far the highlight of the movie. His just comedic kind of timing and just, he plays it like with joy. That I enjoyed, but yeah, the villain was lame. Both villains were lame.
Magic Wish Stone.
Yeah, I get it. I get it 100%. But if you already had HBO Max, you just got a free night of entertainment. Call it that. If I would have went to the movie and spent $150 to take all my kids and snacks, I'd be more frustrated. But let's call it a win. We got it. We got to see it. It's past us now.
JJ Maxwell, you're 100% right. Yeah, in order to critique that, you probably shouldn't have slept through it.
Listen, I saw enough.
There was some action. There was some laughs. That's all I want, man.
I was
so entertained in this gloomy ass time, and that's what I got. I got a popcorn movie.
I was so disappointed with Max Lord. That character it was not anything I expected it to be. I didn't like it at all. And
why'd they even call him Max Lord? That's what I can't.
Yeah.
He could have just been any yokel.
Yeah.
He wasted the name.
Some of the wishes that he got and how he became president and all that, it was like, come on. It just didn't. And then listen, I know I've heard some people say that they really liked the invisible jet, thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it.
I thought it was a funny way to do it.
I didn't like it.
I think I watched it from less
seriousness, the 80s gags.
Yes, I think I watched it like an 80s movie. Thank you, Nino.
I
just appreciate it for what it was,
Yeah,
we all know we're not getting a Marvel movie with DC.
That I can't sell my damn Wonder Woman comics.
Yeah, you're fucked there.
And another weird thing was like how she learned to fly and all that stuff, and she's like lassoing clouds. And
listen,
I get it.
It wasn't for us though. This movie wasn't for us.
You're right.
That's true story.
Like we talked about Birds of Prey. We are not the prime audience.
And you know what? If the prime audience loves it, I'll be the happiest guy in the world. But if anybody hasn't seen it and is like, are these people being too harsh? Well,
yeah, this is another funny thing. Like, all of a sudden, like he knows everything all of a sudden in the future. And then when she looked at him, she didn't see, she saw Chris Pine, but other people didn't.
Hey, you have to just let go and watch it from a kid's eyes. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And
I think too many of us walk in these movies because all we're thinking about is what did we spec on, what did we buy, and what do we want to sell. And if we didn't get that, it's a terrible movie. If you didn't bet on those things, you're looking at different eyes. I didn't have anything Wonder Woman. I sold all the first movie and didn't care to buy back in.
Yeah, I mean, I grabbed shit late at $1 bin. It was like whatever. And I probably spent about as much money as I would have had I seen it in the theater with friends or something. You know what I mean? But
this brings up a kind of a good point. Because the Wonder Woman stuff is so low, is it a good time to start looking at some of the Wonder Woman books to pick up? Especially those Hughes Wonder Womans.
They're frighteningly cheap. That's actually what I was trying to get rid of. I'm not a big fan necessarily, but who knows? The Wonder Woman books I like that I think are smart long-term plays are the ones that have the I don't want to call them double entendres, but they harken back to the history of the character, with the lie detector test and the bondage stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think those are smart long-term plays. That story is going to be important. How that, kind of that the film that, sort of tells that story will be timeless. And, Wonder Woman's still the big three. I mean, she's part of the triumvirate for DC. She's not going anywhere. They greenlit a third film. And, I think we'll see.
Which is surprising.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot like a lot of juice coming out of the Snyder Cut for all DC related properties. I think it's really going to satisfy people in a way that DC films haven't done since Batman.
Dr. Lovebuck says, question, do bad movies or adaptations affect the value of comics?
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, it depends what comics, I guess. I mean, Golden Age Batman are just Golden Age Batmans, regardless of the movie, right? I mean,
yeah, but if they tell the Red Hood story, the Golden Age Batman Tech 168 Red Hood book goes bananas, and it never has.
Well, same thing with Lost Days, right?
Yeah. Yep. Shout
Look who's
out
in the
to
building!
My boy.
Big
My
Leg
fault.
and
I sent him an old link.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's been every 10 minutes, wondering if anybody likes me or not.
We just wanted to make you make an intro.
Happy holidays, everybody. I've been listening to everything. Got Wonder Woman spoiled for me, but I'm still gonna watch it. No, it's all good. We're old school, man. It wasn't the end of I knew it wasn't gonna be a Endgame or something. So.
You didn't have to watch it weekend one.
The plan was 2. You know what threw a wrench in there is so my wife's family is from Minnesota. We had planned on. I just bought a new TV, like I was saying. I got new surround, got everything I was gonna do. We're gonna watch Wonder Woman on Christmas, but they're all from Minnesota. So the Vikings game being at 1:30 on Christmas Day threw the wrench in, and then everybody's Christmas drinking threw the other wrench in. So the family was too tanked to watch the Vikings get whooped and then sit around and shut up and watch Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I was going to say the Vikings are terrible, just like the Lions. Like,
Lions didn't do so well this weekend. We're not going to talk about how the Raiders epically lost a game on Saturday night either, are we? But hey,
yeah.
Hey.
Well, I got a big question for Sean. You hear us asking about is it a good time to spec Wonder Woman because they're so low? Is there anything out there that you can think of that would be a good time to buy in on some of those books?
Well, dude, the problem is it's DC. Like no one can afford Golden Age DC keys. Like who can, you know what I mean? No one in the world can. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
grand over here. I'll just
I
throw
feel
on
successful in life, but I don't feel like I can just go ahead and buy Tech 20 Sep in Action Comics 1 and what number 8 was the first Wonder Woman? But anyway, like they're just So so I don't know the answer. Some of her greater covers, a lot of those Hughes. I always felt the Hughes covers were a little underspec'd.
or Wonder Woman 38, the Fence variant that everybody kind of slept on. I mean, who really cares about that book now? I mean, right?
Honestly, the only
Wonder Woman's a great character. I'm sorry, Gal Gadot's she is an Amazonian goddess. We all know this.
That's why I was so disappointed.
Like, you guys might not have a bad time. Like the first time I watched that movie, Wonder Woman 1. I'm sorry, obviously I said I didn't see this one. Was just like, dude, I'm married. And like with Gal Gadot, when her blushing at me, like made me uncomfortable, and I was glad I was with like Matt DeVoe instead of my wife. Okay, because I was just this is uncomfortable because she's the hottest thing I've ever seen in my freaking universe. Besides the fact she's like an Israeli sniper or something like that. So just saying, it's a great fucking movie, man. And the first one was great, and she's so hot, she's good at it, she loves the role. Maybe they thought the movie sucked, and maybe that's the answer of why they put it on fucking TV instead of waiting for the theatrical release.
Great point.
You know,
I mean, they're doing a third one, so I mean, I know I was joking with Nico, but I mean, they know they got something there. I mean, they know they're going to bring fans back. I mean,
yeah, and there's some exceptional Wonder Woman variants, right? Like the steampunk variants, and there's like some true rarities that like you can't find them cheap. If you find them in a long box, they're always smart to buy.
Yeah, that Finch 38 is great.
Yeah,
that whole run of Finch 1 in 25 and 1 in 50s are freaking great.
What's the one with Gal Gadot on the cover?
Yeah.
What?
What's the
Wonder
one
Woman
with
50?
Yeah, that one I would. If that one ever trips
I
down
mean,
that I
I
would
mean,
go.
we talk about those, but even the bowling covers are really good too. I mean,
I like
you
the
get
bowls because of the bondage.
yeah, I mean, you can get those for dollars still. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I bought a whole bunch of them before, and it was $1 here and there. I mean, they weren't like crazy high grades, but I mean, they're still Wonder Woman bowling books.
I can't say I'm a market buyer on Wonder Woman, but
Yeah, those are beautiful. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a spectacular cover, man. It's spectacular.
grabbing this stuff cheap if you find it is a no-brainer.
I mean, like,
450.
like they were what, like 1,200 when they were released, when everybody
Yeah.
was sleeping on them, right? Wasn't it like something like that?
I sold this dude named Justin that was in CBSI. I remember
Yeah.
selling him a raw for like a few $100, right? And
Yeah.
like, and it ended like, and he got a 9.8 out of it, and I'm all, son of a bitch. This is why you always grade your rare shit, just to see if you get lucky or not. You know what I mean?
I don't like to talk about that Miss Marvel too. That fucking
Yeah.
God,
It's-
I
it's-
hate
working
that.
away.
Like, no way.
You know, a cool story. I mean, jump back on, but like the cool story about the Wonder Woman. I think it was number 50. So it was the new 52. Wonder Woman 50 is the one with that has the Gal Gadot the photo cover. that was a WonderCon variant, and right before Justice League came out, so they had like I think Batman, like they had the Cavill Superman, they had the Batfleck, blah blah blah. Anyway, but the one cover that's always sold is great. It's Gal Gadot, big surprise. That cover, right? Yep. And so I grabbed a handful of these things at WonderCon because it was WonderCon exclusive, knew it was going to make money, whatever. Well, I didn't sell them all, and it was kind of great because our friend Josue down in Houston, he actually flew to Rhode Island Comic Con to get Gal Gadot CGC SS books, right?
Wow.
And so I happen to have, I think I had 2 left. Maybe I had 3 left, whatever. But, and, you guys are a good friend of mine, I think most of us know Joe Swagger. And so he flew there, got them CGC SS. And so I legitimately, I have a 9.8 that my buddy got signed by Gal of that book. And it is definitely not on eBay. It is in a closet. I'm just trying to see if my wife will let me put it in the living room or not. But it's a legit. But it's her. She's Israeli, right? So it's her signature in
Hebrew. Is it Hebrew?
I don't want to say it wrong, but it doesn't say Gal Gadot. Okay. Yeah. So
Probably
yeah.
Hebrew,
Yeah. So Hebrew or
And we also, you probably like to imagine that Josue said a really smooth line to her too.
Oh,
My man.
He probably did. And the other thing that sucks, he didn't pay the extra. You had to sign up ahead of time. He didn't pay the extra $100 for a picture.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
How bad do you think that our buddy Joe
heart-wrenching.
Swagger? His name is Joe Swagger. Okay.
yep.
He didn't pay for that. He didn't pay the $100 for that picture. But we both have 9.8 SSs, so that's
you're a
it.
winner.
Good books, man. All right. One of the things that we want to talk about, we have some interesting stuff coming up. Of course, it's New Year's coming up, all that fun stuff, and we want to kind of throw something out to all the fans out there. We kind of plan on doing a New Year's extravaganza. Next Saturday, seems like what we're planning on. 2020 year in review type stuff. And what we're asking is any viewers out there that want to send in a short video, 30 seconds to max 2 minutes, and answer one of these questions, all three of the questions.
So screenshot this.
Yeah, screenshot this, and we'll put it out all over Instagram and stuff. But basically, get on your phone, get in front of your camera, have a decent video setup, whether it's your phone or your internet camera, and then make it sound decent so we can hear you, and just say, what was your biggest lesson you learned in 2020 within the hobby? What was the biggest surprise of 2020? And what are you expecting for 2021? And we're going to, pick some of these, play them on the show. If they're decent, quality, we'll definitely play them on the show. We're also planning on trying to, have a pretty lengthy special show that day where we'll kind of go over some of the top 10 moments that changed, or, that were big in the hobby that last year, this year.
More like trends and or like things of importance. Hint: the top 10 list is already done.
No nudity allowed, Doc Joe. None.
Well, for Doc, maybe.
Not even for Doc. Well,
I don't know, man.
Unless,
He's kind of older than us. He does a lot of push-ups, man.
yeah, I was about to say.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I figure you want to see him naked more than me. That's all I'm saying.
But another thing,
I'm uncomfortable.
we're going to try and have people on from the channel, other shows, do a little hangout with everybody. We'll have some special guests on. So make sure you guys send us this information. You guys can send it to us in all kinds of different ways. You can send it to us through our email. Let me find our email here.
Obviously, that's the one we use a lot.
Yeah.
Why don't you just DM them to us on Instagram if you would?
So DM us on Instagram at Tales from the Flipside, or email the videos at talesfromtheflipsidechannel@gmail.com. So
that's a lot easier than I feared. Nice.
Yeah.
Kind of thirsty. Ask some people to slide in your DMs like that. I'm just saying.
Nobody will do that for me.
That's a bad joke.
Jordan.
It's never happened to me before.
Nico's the one that monitors it, man.
It's never happened to me before. No one's ever slid in my DMs.
Jesus Christ. So, year in review, Tales from the Flipside on IG. You could DM us there, or email to talesfromtheflipsidechannel@gmail.com. And so some of you guys will be hearing from us shortly. Some of the people who have family of Flipside channel, you'll be hearing from us shortly. We're going to try and get you guys on and have you guys kind of give the same questions answered and stuff like that. So it should be a lot of fun. That'll be next Saturday, the 2nd, I believe. Friday's the 1st. So
yeah,
lots of fun there. So make sure you guys check it out. All right. One of the things, we don't have Stein here tonight. I was hoping Stein would show up. One of the things that we really didn't get a chance to do is because Friday was Christmas. We all know that Friday is also the day where we do the Hot 10 show. And this week, we didn't really have a chance to do it because he did a year in review Hot 10 list. And if you guys don't know about the Hot 10 list, you guys can find that over at comicbookinvest.com. It's there every week, even the week of Christmas. So we're just going to kind of go over the list with the guys here for a little bit, talk about some of the crazy books that he had on the list. And what he did is he kind of went and took tallied up the books that were on the list the most and did a kind of year in review type thing. And number one on the list this year was Clone Wars #1, first appearance of Ahsoka. I think we all knew that was going to be the book, right?
I would flip-flop 1 and 2.
Really?
Honestly, if you would have asked me in mid-year, I would have thought there's no way anything beat Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, what Ben writes for Clone Wars is the regular cover hit the list 3 times, including #1, and the 1 in 1,000 variant hit #1 and #2. The book changed the ceiling for Dark Horse Star Wars books and injected so much excitement into the hobby as a whole. It deserves respect for what it accomplished in 2020.
And we should do a parallelism between the two, between Clone Wars and #2, or what is Ultimate Fallout 4, and see what the trajectories of both characters are going to be, because it's going to be interesting. Who can outrun who in this whole Miles versus Ahsoka run? You know what I'm saying? Is Miles going to be the next Tony Stark, or is Ahsoka going to be?
Wait a sec. There's fucking a fraction as many copies of that Clone Wars book as there are the Ultimate Fallout 4 book. There's been no media appearance of Miles, period, and he's running head to head. It's crazy.
You get the PS4 release of the video game. I mean, would you count that?
But you had animated Ahsoka. I mean,
you had animated Miles too with Spider-Verse. I mean,
not like.
Are we really ignoring that the 1 in 25 that is fucking prevalent that you can find any time of the fucking day of Ultimate Fallout 4 is a fucking $12,000 9.8? How,
Well, what is the 1 in 1,000 9.8 of Clone Wars 1?
Well,
is it more? I don't know the answer.
No, it's I
Yeah.
don't.
no,
No,
it's not. Unless and we haven't even talked about.
It's
We
not
haven't
even
even,
half that.
we haven't
You
even
know,
talked
you know
about.
how easy it is to find ultimate. I mean, that's. I mean, dude, look, I love you guys. I love Stein. I'm not saying that you guys are right or wrong by any means like that. I'm just saying in my personal thought, I Ultimate Fallout 4 is going to be the book of the year.
And you got to think that book, and you got Marvel Previews book that's blowing up. I mean, it's like
We're not. Let's just talk about Ultimate Fallout 4
I'm just saying.
because that
I know
those
I
are
know.
legitimate sales, and we personally know people that have a lot of those 9.8 over $10,000 sales in that book.
I know.
All new Spider-Man 1 Ultimate is in the market report later too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and that makes sense. That's why it goes nuts. Okay.
I see number 3, Venom number 3, the Donny Cates. It started off the Knoll run.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
book.
This book took a shit. I wonder if it's time to buy again yet, or if it's. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of rave reviews for the King in Black issue number 2. We'll see how this one goes. I like Knoll as a character. I don't, but the book seems finally like valued where it makes sense to me.
But
Which I
too
can
much
say.
of a good thing is still too much of a good thing.
Right, but I can say that about like no books, no modern books. I mean, all these things I'm like, well, that's just way too much money. That's just way too much money. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that means that it's
Well, no, but like think of
undervalued or
when Venom appeared, it was small doses. It was a
Yeah.
build. Even Carnage was a build. I feel like Null is
3-issue arc and he's done, right? Maximum Carnage, too much of it, people didn't like it. It set the character
it
back for fucking
feels
5
like
years.
Null has been thrown in our face for several arcs.
Yeah. Agree.
This is insightful.
Well, not only that, the book hit the list 7 times this year, which is crazy. The A cover hit twice, the Molina once, and the third print made it to number 2 and number 1 on the list. Prices have kind of come down, as we mentioned, but I don't know. I don't know what to think about this character. We all see something coming with, the the Thor God of Thunder announcement with God Killer or Gore the God Butcher. So we'll see what happens.
I got a box of this crap I stopped trying to sell. They're so low.
This is interesting to me. I don't know if I would have put it this high, but number 4 on the list is Last Ronin. And I know this was huge spec. And at the time when it got announced, people were going crazy for it. I'm so worried about how long it's taking to get issues out that it's kind of killing that surge.
I have to admit to not looking at this entire list, so I don't know if like ASM 300 is on the list or TMNT 1 is on the list, but I think Venom 3 is sort of like indicative of the ASM 300 pop, and the Last Ronin 1 is just sort of there to symbolize all of the Turtles books popping. I mean, that kind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, as an investment play or a spec play or whatever, like who gives a shit? But it's the book that made the Turtles market go wild.
Yeah, and like Ben says, that Bartling cover was, cover of the year candidate, top 3 for me, probably at least top 5. And it was on the list a couple times at number 1 and number 2. And of course, the regular cover and the Yak cover hit number 3 twice. So, yeah, it's on the list at number 4. Number 5, Heir to the Empire. What a crazy book!
You know what's funny about this book? I'm gonna speak up on this one. This is the hottest book of the year, roughly. I mean, not on this list, but one of the hottest books of the year. And I found 2 in the last 2 months. I mean,
well, they're out there.
Yeah, they're out there. It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of these books are out there. And Star Wars Heir to the Empire is probably one of the books that saw the craziest jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was one I bought. I bought like 5 or 6 copies, put them away, and sold a few. And I was like, why didn't I buy like 50 copies?
Yeah, I had 2, got tired of waiting, sold one for like, I don't know, $50, $75 or something. Some trash buy on eBay when I was just like, accept a bunch of like,
Yeah.
bad practices. Don't do it. Don't be like me. Anyway, and then I had another one which I sent to CGC. Thank God, because it's there now. But that's the pop happened while it was there. They're out there. The newsstands are what people want. I'll be interested to see how far that split goes from the direct and newsstand. If it really makes sense or not.
The toy variant, man. That toy variant's a tough 9.8.
Absolutely. Toy variants might have a year next year. We'll have to talk about that on that.
There's got to be. What's the census on those fucking things?
Toy variants.
I did it a couple weeks ago. The toy variant and the newsstand are very similar.
Give me a number.
I got it.
I don't need exact numbers. Any number.
I don't even know the exact number, bro.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't need exact. Is what it said.
They were both single digits, like
10 or hundreds or like the toy. The toy variant's got to be difficult. So okay.
They were both under 10, and the standard was over 100.
Under 10, yeah. Over 100. Yeah, wait till next year. I guarantee you, do this shit a year from now, it'll be 1,000 of.
So there's 143. There's 100. Or there's 3. Or I guess you want 9/8 or just in general?
9/8.
Okay,
9/8, dude.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
Come on, man. You ever met me?
I know. 143 regulars. 9 newsstands, and I think they're lumping the regulars in with the toys because they don't have it broken out.
No, the toys is under
It's a different year.
Yeah, it's about. It's actually less than the newsstand, but not by much. It's like 5 and 9.
Okay.
Well, less than 10. That's significantly small amount.
Yep. McClay, remember, we should talk about the toy combo pack, whatever the fuck you want to call them, comics, as like shit that's going to pop in 2021. I think it just is. I think we'll all regret not having more of that crap. They're just so hard and high grade.
Yep. All right, number 6 on the list, Invincible Iron Man. Number 9, not number 7, number 9, which is interesting. This is, of course, Riri Williams spec, and this is a crazy book. The what is it? The Apocalypse variant to this book is just going crazy right now. Riri Williams is just I don't know what to think. I'm almost contemplating it might still be good to go and pick up books of her now. Like maybe it's not too late to spec on this character.
Well, you decided to pull down one of your eBay listings.
Well, I'm not sure. I haven't done it yet.
I'll pull the fucking book down before I buy it.
Yeah, it's unfortunately. I think I might have sent it in place of another book that I recently sold. So,
oh shit.
Yeah.
Brian, you started selling shit?
I started selling shit. You missed the unboxing the other day, Sean. I unboxed the first half of the books.
The shit I sent for you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that later because you got some more stuff heading your way. It was a nice little unboxing.
Did it work out? I always do. I tried when it's my real friends like you. Like I always just like grit my teeth and wait.
It worked out really good. There are books that I'm sending back to you because I think some 9.6s that I think might have a chance at 9.8.
Yeah, well, call me then.
Yeah. All right. So, by the way, guys, unboxing videos. We're doing unboxing videos on the channel now, whether it's CGC unboxing, all kinds of stuff. I think there's one up from Stein a couple of weeks ago. I put one up, and then Nico's got one coming soon. So make sure you guys check those out. Number 7, Batman 89, Punchline stuff. Punchline kind of started the year off, if I remember correctly, as the spec. Right, that was what everybody was going crazy about.
Yep.
Hell Arisen 3, Batman 89,
800 variants, everything.
Yeah, 800 variants, and at least it held. It didn't die. The spec is still somewhat decent. I don't think it got as big as it did because it's maybe DC. DC didn't have the best year, I guess. But what do you guys think? Is it still a good idea for Punchline spec?
I'm a May on it. I'm a May. I'm not running after it. I think it's going to dip again.
It may be one to buy low if it gets low enough.
It makes sense to be on the list. You don't leave them behind. You know what I mean?
Yep. Strange Academy #1 is at #8. I love this book. I love the characters in the book. I love the new characters in this book. Ton of them. They also did like 1,000 prints of this book, if I remember correctly.
And doubled your Orders of the A cover.
Yes.
I mean, that's how popular this thing is.
Yep.
That's a good point, Nico.
Good book. Could be the surprise hit of 2020, as Stein says. And it made the list. The main cover made the list twice, reaching as high as #3. There's also a Peach Momoko variant that hit, and the Ramos variant hit, as well as the 5th print hit 1 week also. #9, Thor. #5, more Donny Cates goodness.
I forgot this happened.
Oh yeah, this stuff is so hot.
You kidding me? That was my free money of the year. I got 5 of those. I got 5 of the variants on release day for about $50-$60 each, and they all hit 9.8.
Nice.
Free money of the. Well, I mean, I'm good at that shit, but like it worked out.
Do we think Black Winter is gonna have something in the future? Is this spec that is still holding on to?
Cates was like, he's coming back. I'm not done with him on like a tweet a couple days ago. So I don't know that there's buzz. I don't really pay attention to too much of that stuff like I should, but he's coming back.
Just because you have Johnny Cates' phone number, bro, doesn't mean fucking.
Give him a call.
Slide into the DMs.
This #10
I
on
know
the list,
DMs, bro.
He told me he doesn't want to be more than friends.
Darth Vader #3, Dr. Aphra. This is the one character that like everybody knows is coming, but nothing's been announced yet. People are
For a
selling.
character that wasn't announced when they announced 10 like projects, whatever, shows, movies, damn, does she have staying power.
Yeah.
By the way, all hail Granoff. I fucking
Yeah.
love Granoff. Sorry.
Granoff.
I love Granoff.
Yeah, the 1 in 25 is amazing, dude. It's like, and I can't believe it. I mean, even in the lulls, I mean, it didn't really dip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when Afro was nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually 1 in 25 is dip, and it didn't really do anything. It didn't dip. I mean,
I watched a buy one. I never saw one that I was like, yes,
Yeah.
I can buy it.
I think a 9.6 sold this weekend for like, God, what was it? No, a 9.6 sold for like
two for 9.6. No, am I crazy?
No, it was like Jesus Christ, $900 or something.
Of the variant.
Regular?
Of the variant, variant.
Okay.
But I mean, like
Not that one.
yeah, but it was still just an astronomical price. I'm
looking it up right now. The 1 in 25 variant is nuts. A 9.6 sold December 22nd for almost $900.
800. Yeah, 800.
Yeah, I mean, when 9.6s are setting GPA records,
Yep. Forget about it.
A lot of 9.6s too, right?
Yeah, it's a tough cover, man. It really is. I mean, we all know that.
I found like 4 of the regular cover,
which is a better cover, I think, right?
Yeah, but it is what it is
for a first appearance.
Yeah, and I did not even consider pulling them out of the box to put them in the sell pile. Nope, not yet. Fuck that, dude. Give me an announcement. They're all yours.
Yep.
Right
all
now.
Right.
So
here are the last 2 honorable mentions. Young Avengers 1. I totally see this.
Yeah.
It's all that
10 trillion of those printed.
Yeah.
They fucking sell like hotcakes every day of the week.
Isn't there a sketch? There's a sketch variant out there that's the fire one. I think
the Wizard World one is the fire.
Wizard World LA Comic Con. There's a 9. That's the one with the 9.5, right?
Yeah.
That sells for stupid money and it makes no goddamn sense to anyone. But hey,
which they'll never do again. Matt Nelson said.
Are we here to make sense of things?
Point well taken. Props to the seller.
Last of Us #1. The final book on the list. This is that really tough book to find, especially the variant, which came as a special promotional with the video games, and really tough to get in high grade. But this is coming, right? This is it's been optioned. HBO series is coming. Video game comics always seem to sell well, especially tough.
I think if they do part 1, it's going to be a really good movie. I hope they don't. I guess I played part 2, and I was like, eh. So hopefully they stick to part 1. I mean, it's going to be a massive hit. I think. I mean, they can't go wrong. I don't think, especially if they do the monsters all great and stuff like that. It's going to be a knockout of the park. the storyline in the game was ridiculous. I mean, it was great. It was on the edge of the seat the whole time. It wasn't one of those games you just wanted to keep playing the progressive story and not just get it done with. So that's my 2 cents on it.
So to me, a couple of books that stick out that we're missing because, looking at the market report, looking at what sells, looking at fucking things we talk about all the time that make my head hurt. Like Ice Cream Man is a freaking $400 9.8 and Something's Killing Children. And like when those books don't make the list, it's an interesting year.
So I read Ice Cream Man. It was and I don't read, so that's a big thing for me. I can't read. So
you speak well though, Dino.
Thank you.
He had Paul read it to him.
You're articulate for someone who's illiterate. But.
Yeah, I have a verbose lexicon, but it's okay.
Still water to a well. You ever see this guy in action?
So I read Ice Cream Man. It was really good. There's some issues if they do this that it's going to be interesting how they play it off. Just like the Hawkeye series, like the one Fraction issue where it's the dog and he doesn't say anything the whole time. It's like, are they going to put that in or what? How's that going to work? But no, I like Ice Cream Man. I want to get my wife to read it because she's a big horror fan. So it'll be interesting how that plays out too.
Yeah, but that Fraction Hawkeye series, man, was like critically renowned for how great it was at the time. It was it's still great. Like I just read it like a month ago, Nico, and it was like it's the first time I actually sat down and read it, and it was really good. Even it still holds on. It still holds its own. I mean,
it was funny. We were on a panel talking about like Hawkeye spec books, for lack of a better description, and everybody that had read the Fraction run was like, I'm bullish on Hawkeye. I buy every fucking late printing I see, trying to grab variants. I'm willing to pay market for this shit. I don't even care. And then the two people that were on there that hadn't read it are like, I don't fucking care about Hawkeye.
Yeah, that was me.
Dino was one of them. Yeah, he went and read it and was like, I'm in.
Yeah, man. That was great stuff. That and obviously, I mean, everybody knows now, but the Thor God of Thunder run for that initial Marvel now, the best writers did the best shit. Big surprise.
Yeah, so and add that to the list of shit that didn't make the top 10 list. I mean, Thor God of Thunder, no 2, no 6.
But you're only picking 10 books.
No, I mean I get it. I'm just saying that there's just like monster movers that were out there that like we're all aware of. I mean, they're no fucking surprise, and they're not there.
I'm surprised.
Or 2 Star Wars books. I mean, that's
what I was going to say.
There could be 100.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's that many Star Wars books. I since Stein's not here, I won't kind of speak for him. But I think he could do a whole Star Wars list by himself. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think he just limited it to the one big book, and everybody can,
Literally every week when I start the market report, I do probably 10 Star Wars books on there, and I look at the data to find 1 or 2 that are interesting because they're all selling crazy freaking money.
Yeah.
You want my actual opinion? Here it comes. But seriously, so Star Wars, big deal. Star Wars international entity. You know what I mean? Like I've been fucking on the internet talking about comic books for a lot of years. Fucking all the different comics and stuff. We all tie into movies and everything like that. This is the first year we've ever almost ever. I mean, we had Dr. Afra and something. Almost the first year that we barely really tried to even hit the tip of the iceberg with Star Wars comics. It's Marvel and DC. Marvel, you know what I mean. We're not talking Dark Horse comics. You know how many Star Wars collectors probably have full Dark Horse runs that are on unemployment right now and don't know they could make like fucking 20 grand from their in their profit. Yep. I'm being completely serious. This is the first time, other than certain key issues, Star Wars comics have taken off. This is really the first time. There's been like moments like Star Wars 1. Yeah. Let's say printed 1 million of, and was like
42. We all know the numbers.
Yeah. We know Boba Fett, but dude, I sold Star Wars. Is it 68? The yellow cover. Yeah. I sold a newsstand 9.8 2 years ago for like $250, $300. Yeah. Okay, what's that thing worth now? Actually, it was an auction. I wanted an extra $50, but I didn't know I was gonna get another $2,000 if I waited a couple of years. No clue. This is the first time the comics. I'm sorry, Star Wars comics. This is the first time they've ever left the universe. They just never have before. Well, how long did we wait on that stupid number 5 comic from the twins or whatever for the first appearance? How long do we wait on that thing? We all had 100 copies of that thing. It never happened. It never, ever happened.
I had a collection with a almost full Dark Horse run that I sold for pennies on the dollar right now 2 years ago. But Nico and I were talking before the show.
Yeah.
I think it was The Mandalorian. It was good, but a couple years ago they threw out all Dark Horse and all the extended universes not canon. And then all of a sudden in the last 2 years, they're like, well, all this stuff is kind of good. Let's bring it back into canon. And as we do it, it's official. And now all these books that people were like, well, these were just stories we read as kids and they aren't really going to be included in the universe, are all of a sudden in this universe. And they're like, well, shit, I'm on it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, I think having a $1 billion company backing Star Wars, even though it's like having it's a $1 billion franchise with a $1 billion company. I mean, Marvel did it, but I mean, Star Wars is crazy enough. I mean, they have their own day, celebration day. I mean, it's got to be a home run. I mean, just on the sheer numbers. I mean, it could be the worst shit on the planet, and Star Wars fans are going to watch it. I mean, McClay, right? If Mandalorian was absolute shit, Star Wars people would defend it. I mean, people would watch it for the numbers, right? Just the numbers. I mean,
I'll say this.
That might be the only one, Dino. That might be the only one that you might be wrong about, because that thing is a fucking flagship right now. I'm sorry, this fucking Mandalorian show is so fucking incredible. I'm sorry, I love the fucking show.
But
like, it made the #1 book of the year, and what? Because she got 10 minutes of screen time. How was she as night nurse? Like Jesus Christ, you got to be kidding me! The Clone Wars is the best comic book of the year. You know what I mean?
Here's what I think. I think that Mandalorian wouldn't. Star Wars fans were at a moment where a lot of them, including myself, diehard Star Wars fans, diehard, right? Like, been to Star Wars Celebration multiple times, seen
He's
every
got a fucking costume and a helmet.
Yeah. I've got a fat stormtrooper costume, like it's extra big.
I didn't know that, but I knew that. Yeah.
The thing is that episodes 8, 9, or sorry, the last 3 episodes, the whole Skywalker saga bullshit, really saddened and soured a lot of Star Wars fans. And it was like Game of Thrones for me. Like, I don't even want to talk Game of Thrones anymore because of how it ended. It was so good, and the way it ended so bad, I don't even want to think about it because I felt so let down. And that's how I felt about Star Wars for a while, until Mandalorian. So because Mandalorian was so good, it changed it. If Mandalorian wasn't good, people wouldn't care.
Totally.
I don't even think Star Wars wouldn't even care because so many Star Wars fans have fell off because of Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson. Thank God for Filoni and George Lucas and Jon Favreau and Pablo Hidalgo. Like, thank God for those guys for sticking with it and saying, no, we have to change this, and here's how we change it.
Let me ask you guys a question. Take Star Wars out of comics for 2020. Would you still say that this was an exceptional, like, unbelievable bull market, the likes of which you couldn't have predicted in your wildest dreams?
Yeah. Except DC.
They had their day. They had their day too, man. But Marvel fucking outscored them, outpointed them on every goddamn thing. They changed the quality of the paper on their comic books. They changed, but they did what they never were gonna do. They kept upping their price. DC, if you remember New 52, I know they couldn't be $2.99 forever, but you know what I mean. The quality went up. They thought that would do it. They're just fucking. They're kind of lost over there, and it really sucks because fuck.
They have good content. It'd be different if it was like some shitty content and it was just like they were just trying to struggle. I mean, you got great content over there and they just don't know how to capitalize on it. And it's weird because it's like it reminds me of like WWF, WCW, like wrestling days. Like WCW had great talent. They had a great underground, like, cruiserweight divisions, and they didn't know what to do with it. Like,
no clue.
no clue. It's like
My buddy
They
describes
let
DC.
Hogan be on all night.
Yeah, my buddy describes DC Comics as like Johnny Wad Holmes with erectile dysfunction. They get the biggest fucking dong on the planet, but they don't know what to do with it. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, you name it, and they just can't deliver.
Yeah. Smart.
But that's the other thing is like we got to remember that Marvel was like basically mostly created in the 60s and 70s when they had the best acid. Okay. People did significant amounts of fucking wonderful drugs to create these fucking characters. Well, DC was just like it's 1938. How about a guy that you can't beat up? Or how about a guy that's a detective? And we love all these people because DC brought some of these movies to life. The Superman movies were a thing. The DC, like the Batman movies were a thing in the late 70s, 80s, and early 90s. You know what I mean? Marvel fucking sold to whoever they sold to in in the 90s, and they were completely fucking bankrupt.
Well,
and
I was going to add that.
Eventually, they put the cinematic universe together for us. I know some people hate that shit. I don't give a fuck. I loved the Marvel adventure. Captain Marvel being the savior wasn't my favorite part of that, but if that's all I have to fucking overlook, what a great a lot of years they put together for us.
Yeah. Well,
and everyone else. And if I'm wrong, then
Well, the other thing too is like that's a good point because you got to think too like Marvel had their run in the 60s and 70s obviously, but then Michael Jackson was going to buy Marvel. I mean, that's at that point that's how low it was going. Michael Jackson's like, hey, I'm going to buy Marvel. Like, I mean, now is DC going to get that low where somebody's going to be like, oh, I'm going to buy it and they get a resurgence again? I hope so. I mean,
Marvel's going to buy it.
Too much money.
Please, God, no. Please, can we not have one thing, not a fucking monopoly in this country anymore? Okay, and not fucking have Marvel own DC. Fuck that, man. I'm sorry that I know.
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right.
Fuck that. It wouldn't be right. It's okay that they have incestuous to Jeff Johnson and something. You know what I mean? It's okay to be a little incestuous, but don't. No.
I always forget that Spider-Man's an elaborate metaphor for marijuana.
What? Explain that.
Well, that was always like
I never knew that.
The lore.
You're blowing my mind right now.
No, I've legitimately never heard this before, bro. You're gonna have to go ahead.
You're on like third base. What are you doing out here?
Get the fuck out of here. He's in love with a girl named Mary Jane. He spins webs. Like that was like a thing.
Yeah, they were
like
on drugs.
It was like code for weed. That was always like, yeah.
I see.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Wait, that's it? Just because her name's Mary Jane?
In the webs, it was like, listen, it's the 1960s. I don't think they were real fucking sly about the metaphor, but at least that was always the rumor in the 80s and 90s when I was a little kid, buying books from fucking Capital City. Or that could have been some shit that my van driver made up for me, trying to sell me a dime bag. Who fucking knows?
But okay, that makes sense. I guess sort of, but like we all know Mary Jane is like the thing, but drug addicts talking about or drug users, excuse me, because I'm a drug user. I'm not a drug addict.
Yeah,
I'm a drug addict, but not a drug user. But that's another story for another time.
What do you say we get into the market report? Let's do it.
Let's go into the market report.
Let's do it, John. Let's do it, John.
John, this better be fire.
Fire.
Yeah, you got to follow up a fucking top 20 list or something. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna just choose order here because I didn't really come up with one. But a couple books that we heard mentioned in the chat. This was one that people said should have been on the list, and I was like, I saw this sale and I thought, I don't even know if that's high or low anymore.
Mm-hmm.
In case you're wondering, it's an all-time high. 2020 had 7 sales.
Half which you can buy one for on eBay right now. There's no more options.
Yes. So this one was 2020's had 7 sales. 300 under 300 was the low. This is the high. Census has 93 total. 28.98s. In my head, there's a shit ton of these because I remember getting them in the 5-packs. But there was an the first prints and second prints, and I kept the second print.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
I'm starting to think it's rarer than we thought it was. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, based on the CGC census, it's super rare, right? There's like 1,000 copies that have been slabbed of. I used to have these numbers written down. Shame on me, of the first print and like 100 and change of the second print.
I thought that these were common as piss, and they must not be, or at least in worth grading, because at the dollars we're talking, people would be grading these.
I think it's the quality. I think that's the other thing too. Like you said, it's the. I think they all got beat probably. Their second printings, nobody cared. Just
They were in handbags.
yeah.
Dude, that book's a fucking quarter-inch thick, dude. Pressing that book is a bitch. Like, just think about how thick your books are. The thicker your book, the harder the press. The spine doesn't hit the fucking press.
Yeah.
Just think about it in your head.
Yeah, it's not square bound, right? Like it's
not square. It's just
which makes it even worse, I think.
Dude, these were leftover fucking books, dude. Nobody wanted this crap.
And this was I guess you could call it. It's like a cliff, right? You just have a cliff, and it just never touches. It's like a cliff, right?
I sold them for like 30 bucks.
Like a cliff.
Great.
Okay, that's fine, but dude, I'm just saying, like the point ones are like those are for losers to buy. We read like first series books.
Yeah,
like, if it wasn't first fucking print, you know what I mean? It is
that was a crap book in my head. 30 bucks, I'm out.
Yeah. Anyway, 1625. I love it.
Yeah, fuck me.
I still love comics because of that.
Here's one that I don't even want to talk about the preview book. Fuck that. And
Okay.
But the Ultimate Comics one, Spider-Man.
Wow.
Sales data, I don't even dig into it because it just blew my mind that it's a $750 9.8. Because in my head, there's a shit ton of these. Maybe.
Dude, but they're polybag though.
Yeah.
In the census, 616 total. Interesting number, just random. 9.8's 191. That's a decent number of 9.8s, but it's not crazy.
No,
dude, it's a polybag book. One of our friends, he's probably listening.
So it's Ultimate Fallout 4.
He's like, well, yeah, but no, that's a blind polybag. It's a white polybag. You gotta cut it open. You can't even see it.
That's
like
true.
Like the clear polybag, you can see if it helps. The back of Ultimate Fallout 4, man, is tough because if you kept it in the bag all those years, it makes that crease. You can get that crease out, man, but it's not the easiest crease to get out. And like maybe I don't know the difference, but like maybe if someone like had it in that bag for too long and that crease, like let's say they had it like stacked like this or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like I'm just telling you, some of them are easier to get out than some of them aren't. I've got some out and I haven't got some out. But this book is a white poly bag. And the white poly bag you cut it out. Like I've had my friend just send me, and I've had to cut a couple out of there. You don't know what the fuck that thing's gonna look like. There could be 10 spine ticks for all you know. You know what I mean? Where it's just impossible. Look at that cover.
Well,
this is a good purchase, actually, to be honest with you.
To me, it interests me because in my head, 3 years ago, this was $100 a book tops and never be above. And
no. Yeah, I agree with you for sure on that. But I did not know that it was that difficult on 9.8, but it really is because it's fucking white polybag.
The numbers show that it's not easy because again, when we're talking this kind of dollars for these books, there should be more. I don't know. It's crazy to me, but they must be harder than we all thought.
This thing's moving too. It was like $600 a couple months ago when we talked about it.
Yeah,
it keeps going. I didn't even try.
It'll keep going.
It's just crazy.
The world's insane right now. It'll keep going.
I went for a blast from the past because I just haven't seen this boy pop up in a minute.
Why did we ever care about second appearances? Shut. Okay.
Rick and Morty, Roland variant.
I hate this, dude. I hate this. I looked at this book and me and Trey were talking about it, and I go, this book, it doesn't do anything. It just Rick and Morty. It's a white cover. No one's going to care about it. It's got one bubble. Not even cool. And then we passed on it for like $50 back in the day or whatever it was.
It's because Royland drew it, though. That's why it's a big deal.
I know.
I sold 9.4 for like fucking $1,400.
So that's an interesting point on this book. Little census data, 55 9/8, which is surprisingly high, but it's a book, so possibly easy to hit. 153 on the census total. This one actually was a best offer sale at $1,800 according to GPA. If you look at sales data, 2020 had 5 sales. 2,032 is the high and 1,600 is the low.
Mm-hmm.
The high back originally in 2017 was 5K. So
Was that before season 1 dropped?
somebody lost their ass. I think this was around season 3 when
Okay.
when it really took off.
Mhm.
Season 3 is kind of when the hype hit and everybody was kind of chasing these books.
Do you guys remember? I don't know if you guys remember the story. Let's just say a couple of us are able to score some of these. They're like that hard plastic, so they're all scratched up. So they're fucking a pain. You can't. The white cover great, but the back cover's black, and it's like seriously very difficult to press. And some people, because of that plastic scraped up shit, and we got these. But I think it was like about 1,400 I ended up getting for 9.4 on this book.
I remember a friend sharing a link, and I didn't react fast enough that day.
Yep.
No, I didn't. I did not get it from where you got it.
Oh.
I got it from a friend who is a founding member of your podcast that never shows up anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Damn him, John.
It wasn't a link. It wasn't a link. It was a personal phone call.
Yeah, I know. He found that too. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying he's good at things like that.
He's got some people.
Yeah, he's smart.
Another modern one, just because we're in that vein. This one is one that I don't know a lot about, and there haven't been a lot of sales. This Ironheart #1 second print. Go Collect has talked about it a few times. This isn't actually the highest one. I took this picture and looked at it, and this was December 22nd. Sold for $500. On the 25th, Christmas Day, it sold for $609. There were 5 9/8s, and these are the only 2 9/8 sales tracked so far. So Riri is serious business.
Dude, when I sold my raw copies of these, when it first like took off, I was like the happiest guy in the world. I thought it was the most ridiculous price tag in the world. And as I sit here and look at this now, I'm like, that might not be a bad buy, and that's why I need help with modern comics. I just don't. It's just
Our buddy Jesse James, king of this, on this book.
I can't.
Wait, your buddy?
bananas.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Yeah. You know Jesse.
Jesse James, good dude. Shout out Jesse James.
No, I literally just typed Jesse is the man. Last time you guys had me on like 2 weeks ago, I explained this.
Yes.
And shout out to Jesse, who I recently sat down and ate lunch with, who said he appreciated the shout out, Sean. He saw it. So
Oh, he did?
yeah. And also shout out to Dennis Barger, who put up that thing. We appreciate all you guys, Drew Lujan over at Wanted Comics, all of you guys that reach out to us and let us know how we're doing. Say, we appreciate you guys and what
And supporting the show, man. I mean, it's huge, man. I mean, we can tell. We can tell when we get
Thank
to
you.
work.
Yeah.
So next one's a little bit of an older book, not old, but I never have noticed one graded. I'm not saying that they haven't come up, but I've never actually seen a sale, and this is the one that I went, whoa.
Holy shit.
Batman almost got him 9.8. The book that came with the audio cassette, which is the first true Harley Quinn pre-comic book. This was like a children's story book. I've seen them in the pack. I've seen them raw and sold them pretty well, but they're usually pretty beat up. I didn't even think to grade it. I didn't know it was a gradable item. But looking at it, 17 total in the census. 9/8, there's 5 of them, but 3 are qualified. I have no idea why they're qualified, so there's only 2 true blue 9/8.
Oh, my Lord, dude.
Yeah, right?
I'm smart and an idiot at the same time. I missed out on everything I knew about.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
But I didn't know you could grade it. Did you?
How would I know you could grade it? Dude, it's a record player thing. I had no idea you could fucking do this. I didn't even know they made albums. And wait. It's not the one. This
is the one with the cassette.
Yeah,
records, cassettes, like fucking Christ.
I'm so disappointed that none of us tried to grade it.
I'm gonna steal your thunder.
It was like Dan Piercy autographed it or something. Why would I try to grade that?
I'm gonna steal your thunder. This is what it actually looked like, boys. Let me blow up the screen. Yeah. So that's what it looked like. That's what. And that comes with a cassette. And this is site reveal. This is going for $1,000 on eBay right now for people.
Yeah, but again, it's like a toy pack. You got to gamble. Is it Is it a
This-
9.8?
This one is not a 9.8, and I'll tell you why. Because if I can, I can't zoom in. If you see, did he take a picture of it? This side, there it is. Like you got up here in this section over here. It's like a
That
big.
doesn't mean it's not a 9.8 because he's
Well,
full of shit.
I know, but still.
Qualified ones is what I want to know.
I mean,
What could be wrong with it? What could be wrong that's qualified?
They didn't say. Hey, I have a guess. My guess is the guy with the 9.8 sent in the whole fucking thing and they opened it for him.
Really?
That's a guess. Obviously, that's a guess. What else can be qualified about this?
I have no idea. I would love to know if anybody is the one that graded the green ones, let us know.
it says could be a kid's color and drawing on them. It could be qualified for a signature. I'm guessing.
Qualifying for drawing.
Pages ripped up and out, maybe.
Didn't you? Well, I mean, I know why comics can be qualified. Like, we are these things. Didn't you guys?
Dude. No, listen, Sean. What I've learned today from responding to comments is people that watch this show think we're fucking stupid, but they watch it anyway, which I admire. But like, it's exceptional.
No. I thought people thought I was smart, and
not all of them, but like a lot of them.
Not.
I got like that's what I've learned from doing IG. The shit that people say to me, they'll be like, "Oh, did you know this?"
Oh,
Instagram?
Like,
yeah, I'm not. I started last week. This is my second week in comics. It's fucking great.
Listen, have any of you thought to grade this fucking book?
No, but I want to know how much the comic scene's worth.
I sold the
because I found like 4 of them in $1 bin, so I hope it takes off too.
I have the only 2 9.8s in the history of comic scene 31. I sold one for $1,000, and I have the other one in my closet.
Nice.
Wait, actually, no, that one probably made the safe. But like, I'm just saying, like, so didn't you guys talk about that? Because John asked me because it looked like I sold it for 2,500 or something. Yeah, man. I'm the only one who's ever had a 9.8, and I have the comic scene 2 9.8. Also, I got the only one of that with the first Venom. I've never even put that.
Dude, that cover's gorgeous.
I got a 9.8 in that, and I have the only 9.8 in that. I took $1,000 because I was like, you know what, dude? I got another one left, and that's $1,000 for a $3 magazine.
Yeah,
it's hard.
So I took $1,000, and you know what? I never had an offer over like $500 before that day, and I've been on eBay for 2 fucking years for like $2,500. So I took $1,000, and I was just like, you know what? Today I want $1,000 for this thing.
Amen.
And you know what? I have the other one.
Yeah, the other one was going to cost you $3, so that's fine.
The other one doesn't go back for fucking sale. To be honest,
all I gotta say is, if I would have seen this auction, I would have considered it heavily.
Wow.
Yeah, but dude, would you pay $2,500 for this?
I would have thought heavily about it.
Wow.
You really think so? This thing?
You're talking to the man with 4 niche, man. He's a niche guy. I mean, this is the niche book.
You are the king of the stranger.
Yeah, you got that foreign. Like, I gotta show my dick's bigger than you in the
No,
front.
there's only so many of these things, man. Once they get a Harley Quinn 9.8 or a couple of them, they want that thing that they can't have, and this is that thing that I don't think that many are going to show up.
What about that one that comes with the pin, though?
Oh, that one. I know we're one of those.
And by the way, love everybody listening. As we're giving shout outs about people doing nice things. Oh, hell, King Topher. King Topher discovered most of these goddamn things by him fucking self.
I remember that day we were talking about the comic scenes, dude. Topher was all about it.
No, dude. The only reason I have a comic scene 31 9.8 is because I bought a bunch because Topher was like, dude, I'm about to unveil the first appearance of Harley Quinn.
Yep.
And you know what I did? I sent him a copy. Not a 9.8. I love you, Topher. But like I didn't have 9.8s at the time. He like bought me email. I'm all, dude, I wouldn't without you. I would never ever have one of these, man. Thank you. And I sent him a freebie. Yeah. Because I was able to find a few online at the same day and more than him. And like, you know, I'm not perfect, man, but like fucking you try to pay it forward, you try to remember the people that did you good. And Topher's always done me good, man. So, and you guys too. So
all right. That book is a crazy book to me. I don't know. Wow. We can argue a bit about it long term later. A pair of them that tie together one of my other favorite books, Pro One. we've been talking about the higher grades going crazy. This is a 9.0 that sold for $811 at auction.
Is that slab too?
Yeah, a 9.0 though. I mean, a 9.0 used to be like, fuck it, I'll throw it back for $200. I literally have gotten 9.0s and just resold them for $200 and said I don't care.
John, do you think this is because just like the Star Wars and all the other shit where like people are outside?
Yes. There's no other reason. Like I've talked to our friend that
So it's a crossover
that knows everything. It's just hit that age.
Nostalgia.
It's probably a crossover because people don't really understand that 9.0s are trash.
Again, I got nothing.
We do.
There are shit. This year, 2025 have sold in 9.0. As low as 254, like I said, $200 book. As high as this, the last high sale was in June for 500. A 9.2 will average you 990. A 9.4 is 1350. A 9.6. The average for 90 days is 1922, but I think the high is closer to 2250. A 9.8 blue has not sold since April, which was before this push happened at 3,200, and that's been the average for a couple of years.
I think the buy-in's getting more and more steep, so people are getting less and less. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know how it is. Like nobody can afford a $3,200 book. They're gonna go like, well, I can get a 9.0 for $800. You know, and
yes, there was a 5K SS 9.8 in April or in July, and I honestly think if a Blue Label went to straight auction and a very visible front, it would probably easily eclipse that 5K number based on the 9.6 numbers.
Random question: do you guys think pressing should cost more, considering the price of these books?
that's a good question to bring up.
Fucking kidding me?
I mean,
I think for the right presser, yes.
Yeah,
I up the price of your book for $1,000, like
dude,
$12.
What cost to press books is criminally low. It makes no goddamn sense to me. Now I
It's
get
because
it.
there's so many guys saying that they'll do it, and nobody.
yeah, that's true too. But the problem is, like,
It's
and you
fucking
shouldn't-
whack, dude. Every time I pay somebody to press books for me, I'm just like, I feel like I'm fucking you. Can I give you something extra, please? Like it makes no sense.
yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. Go ahead.
I've even had like a buddy. I don't know if he's listening, but there's someone that got grades they didn't think they were gonna get, and just like shoot me $100.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? After they're well paid for, nothing I expected, stuff like that. And I'm just all,
No, that's something extra. No job.
something extra blowjob.
My roommate's a fucking prick.
So
Everybody breaks my balls.
So the other
Guys,
thing,
My wife and
everybody-
dog just walked in, so I have no idea. But
So-
anyway.
so that's a good thing. Like it's funny because I mean I got like 85 books I'm going to send you. No joke, it's gonna be crazy. And, it's like I'm gonna it is what it is. Like I'm just gonna pay you what it is, and it is it's no big deal. It's like, but the thing too is like it's hard to advertise yourself as a premium presser when there's so many out there. I mean, you would have to have a website. You'd have to have like a bunch of pictures, and crazy shit. Is it worth going from 12 to 25 a book or 50 a book? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I press for my friends. I
know.
You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, I'm literally I'm preaching like my buddies, but it's like it is funny when you turn a book into like $200 to $2,000.
Well, we're going to talk about this in pickups too. I can't wait. I'm super stoked for this.
Okay.
All right. Tying to this one was an interesting one that I saw. I hadn't seen much on this book. It's tied to this one, the Dead World 10.
Shut up there. 9.8 came up with that?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
get on it.
that's fucking awesome.
Okay, wait, that's not the first appearance of the Crow, though, is it?
No, it's the back image one, the preview.
Okay.
So there's two covers. There's the regular and there's the variant. The data's a little wonky on this, but between the two different covers, there's only 13 9/8s. 2020 had 3 sales, 515 to 597. If you track back to 2017, because there's just not a lot of these 9/8s popping up, you had to go to 245. This book feels like maybe a good buy-in with Caliber 1 over.
No doubt about it.
Heading towards 2,500, and with Pro 1 probably heading to 5K at $500-$600. This feels like a good buy-in and a tough ass book.
No doubt.
So there's your.
I mean, it hits the horror collectors. I mean, it checks a lot of boxes, dude. That's a tough cover. I've never seen a 9/8.
I totally agree with you, Nico, and I definitely never seen a 9/8 in this book before. I didn't even know people fucking knew about this book, to be honest with you. It's not like you find them in back bins.
Well, the only person that knows about it really, or we know about it, because he's the one who brought this up back in the day.
I'm not the one that brought this one up.
I know about this book.
Crow
I'm
Man
shocked
know about it.
Yeah, and I'm shocked somebody put that up in a no reserve auction this fucking week. Like that just makes no sense, right?
I'm waiting for my Caliber preview newsprint flyers to go up. I'm waiting for those. Someday, my books that I've never seen anybody else post. So those will be the ones. Here's your Star Wars book of the week because I couldn't fucking go without one.
Wow.
Star Wars 81 from the original Marvel run where Boba Fett gets out of the Sarlacc pit.
I got slap my copy.
828.
God damn.
83 9/8, 3 Canadian price variants. The 2019 average was 185. 23 sales this year with the low of 120 and the high of this. Enjoy that one. That's probably one to go hunt.
Oh, they're gone. Those are gone.
The whole world is insane.
Yeah, that's because Boba Fett crawls out of the Sarlacc pit. He's getting his, you know what I mean? Like I've been buying those books since April, and I don't know shit about Star Wars. Yeah, you like this number?
This one too.
I was like, get the fuck out of here. This book sells for that much.
Well, you're going to be even more get the fuck out of here because we've talked about it before. 2020, 26 sales. The high was almost $1,200. The low was $300. The high was on October 11th, which I think was when a pretty big null and all that shit was on a high again because it's ebbs and flows. 9/8, 167 of them. There's a 9/9, just FYI. Sold for pennies a few years ago.
But the Christ is wrong. Okay, no, I'm happy.
This is the book that substantiates all of look. So Kamala Khan's second print, like that's different, right? She appears.
Yeah, it's totally different. There's way less.
But this book is what substantiates all of the second print. Like, well, that shouldn't sell for this fucking amount. Well, that shouldn't sell for this amount. People always are like, well, what about ASM 569? And I'm just like, I
become a second print horror. To be honest with you, like I started looking for second prints, third prints.
People buy them. I'll fucking grab anything people will buy. But this is the one that like it survived over time and has just gone bonkers. And every time there's a crazy sale, because I think we talked about that $1,200 sale, didn't we, John? Dino, do you remember?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah, and I was like, this is nuts. And then another one comes up. And again, think about it, like a no reserve auction. Who the fuck is watching for this book?
$35 shipping should make it sell for only $400.
And this
is real talk, dog. I'm serious, man.
It's coming in like one of those gun safes with the hand thing that like you open it up.
Probably a solid cover though.
Probably one of those assholes from Singapore that have been fucking dicks to us all these years, running up fake auctions.
eBay global shipping.
Yeah.
I do that, but that's because I don't feel like shipping anywhere else.
I got you, dog.
As soon as you use eBay global shipping, once you ship it to Erlander, Kentucky, you get positive feedback.
I know.
And if you live in a couple hours away, it's cheap to ship to Kentucky.
That it is.
Priority shipping
still cheaper.
$7.
It's still cheaper than it saves you like $2 to cheap to like ship to like the East Coast. So at least there's that for Erlander, Kentucky.
Yep. All right. Darkwing Duck limited series 91 9/8.
I saw this one. I'm interested. Yeah.
I actually thought this was a high number, and I got looking. This year there
really
been sales.
That looks like that would be a good buy.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was 400 before?
There was a 399 sale. The lowest was 167. There were 22 9/8. At 225, I'd probably be buying almost.
Absolutely. I dumped a bunch of Darkwing Duck books because right when the news hit, I thought it was going to be like super hot and nobody gave a shit. So apparently people like us who are huge Darkwing Duck fans are not, they don't want to have it on our saved searches. I don't know if like the people who are psychotic about these books already have them, or what the deal is. I'm with you guys. I'd be a buyer at $225 on a 9.8 all day.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those things you're just not looking for. Undervalued books, somewhat. 426 for a 7.5 Captain America, 117 First Falcon. We got a show coming. He's been a popular character.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd buy a 7.5, but the price point at that was a pretty good buy-in.
Would you buy higher or would you buy low? Would you buy higher or lower? Okay.
2 years
So
ago.
like 3,000 for read and a guaranteed character has an almost in grade 7.5 copy for $100. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. The high for this grade this year was 500. The low is 246, but that was probably February, and February is a shit show. 90-day average for an 8.0 is 553. The last sale of an 8.0 is 650. I'd probably be buying in closer to an 8.0 versus a 7.5, but still, to me, this book is criminally undervalued.
Yeah,
It's
it's one, of the
old,
most
dude.
it's one of the most undervalued books in the history of comics.
Remember Sean Tony was talking, we were all talking about this back in the day, like 3 years ago. We're like, why aren't we buying 117s?
And and dude, I did get a couple. They're not the easy. Well, okay. This book, you can find it online. You can find it all day, but like fucking like if we don't go to like at cons, you see them on the wall, but you don't see them that much. It's
Yep.
not as hot as every other book, man.
It
This
just
is well, I guess we were right because apparently nobody buys it.
it hurts my brain on that one. I don't know. Another character that's this. Okay, this is a great comparison actually, and I didn't compare the right grade because it wasn't the right grade sale this week, but
I'm in the boat with you. dude.
169.
Yep, we're rolling together on this.
This was a 9.4 sale at $1,200, and I remember selling this book years ago. Going, really?
Yep.
Selling this.
You know how happy I was to get those books for less than $15 and sell them for 75 on the internet?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was insanity. So like how are DC characters not doing shit, but fucking Brother Voodoo is selling a 9.4 for $1,200 fucking dollars? Yeah,
You're probably gonna do a cameo at best.
John,
Yeah.
am I wrong that this is a low number for this? There have been higher sales.
The shit. Hold on, give me a second.
That looks I remember when Brother Voodoo took off on a shitty rumor that clearly never came true. Brother Voodoo, I mean, come on, dude. He doesn't even exist in like fucking today's comics for over like 30 years now.
The high was $17.95.
So for a 9.4?
Yep.
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
Yeah. I got
wrong.
hammered on one of mine that I should have sold for a lot more money. Anyway,
This
It-
is
I
crazy,
think
dude.
the way that they've changed now that, and the name escapes me, the director of Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness is no longer the horror guy, but is now Sam Raimi, the horror guy, but not the hardcore horror guy, for lack of a better description. It means there is no Brother Voodoo in that film. That's my guess, but I have no information to substantiate that.
Yeah, I usually get a heads up on some of this shit. I don't think Brother Voodoo is in anything upcoming.
Can I tell you
Just being
something?
honest here.
The highest sale of Brother Voodoo at a 9.4, that 1,795. Falcon 9.4s have sold for less. Now, currently, because we're heading towards Falcon Winter Soldier, they're a little more. A 9.4 is going to cost you about $2,500. But earlier this year, several sold for under.
It just didn't.
But look, boys, Brother Voodoo is one of the teachers on Strange Academy. Dr. Voodoo's in Strange Academy.
I mean,
blah, blah, blah.
come on.
Can I say this as polite as I possibly can for all the fans of Strange Academy? Who fucking cares?
Oh boy, fire! Somebody's taking shots.
I mean, come the fuck on, dude. Like this notion that like there's a comic book that actually reads well, that sells well, and it's suddenly going to be like a fucking Disney Plus show is the most ridiculous thing ever.
I'm cheering you on, Nico. Good for fucking you, man.
Well, this was
and
not-
I'm going to buy the teacher's
Bro,
first appearance. Like,
Hold it like you see it, man.
Well,
That
this is the other thing too.
I just got a whole bunch of them in the mail because I found them cheap, but I totally
Yeah.
agree with you.
Well,
yeah, and I'm not saying don't buy them or sell them, but like, good fucking.
This-
God.
this was not back
I'm gonna sell them.
Dude,
Falcon,
this-
Falcon is a historic character. Voodoo is not.
well, this is the thing too. It's like this was hot. Remember, like this was hot back in like 2012 because I had a Doctor Strange 169. Remember that? It was like
It was like 2013, but
yeah, 2013, and then Strange Tales 169. Brother Voodoo was like, oh, it's gonna be Brother Voodoo. It's gonna be the main dude.
We had a
like,
mini series back then.
Yeah.
Remember?
yeah,
And also that Strange Tales was awesome. But yeah, so yeah, that you know what? Like I do. Everybody listening, love everybody. Some of us fucked around comics a little longer. There's a lot of retailers listening to shit like that. But fucking the Brother Voodoo thing, man, it was like kind of who cares because it was all. Dude, we all remember some of us, including me, arguing with some people about Mr. Warlock, and I'm dude. It was Strange Tales. The 180 that started and 180 through 185 or whatever it was, and then for the Strange Tales, and then the Warlock 9 through like 15 with the real Warlock. And you know what, dude, he was supposed to show up in the Marvel movies. They had the golden shit, and like in the Guardians of Galaxy. Is it Guardians of Galaxy? The after shit with all the gold people, and didn't show the fuck up. Just didn't show the fuck up, and it would have been. I'm not saying it would have been a great character. I think we all remember a certain person we know very well that I used to argue with about this. But he was like, that's going to be a terrible character. And I was just all, well, I'm going to make a terrible amount of money
on it. Yeah.
In a good way for myself. Dude, Strange Tales, these were so easy to fucking find in back then 7 or 8 years ago. Nobody gave a shit, man. I don't completely understand the market, but like this book and an M4, not an easy 9.4, so I guess that's why it costs so much. But fuck, dude, you could find Brother Voodoo anywhere.
Yep.
You can find Strange Tales 169 fucking anywhere, dude. This is one of the easiest books to find. How many books did they print back then? How many of those came out? 150,000, 200,000?
We're not even arguing this versus a modern. We're arguing this versus like Falcon. Not the same.
Yeah, John, that is the fucking best point you can make. This versus Falcon. Falcon is not only been a character, stays a character, been in movies,
has his own show coming out.
Has his own show coming out, and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Compared to he's the teacher, he may appear in Multiverse of Madness, maybe because there was initially a rumor he had. The problem with comics, the market now, is that it's almost like the derivatives market in, for stocks. Like we're in this like future pork belly 20 years from now, this theoretically should be the price. So that's what it is now, kind of mind frame for a lot of people when they buy books. And it doesn't make a lot of sense.
I feel bad for the guys who are betting on 9.4s at 12.10 because we're going to see this next when Z posts another one of these 9.4s and it's $700. It's not going to be a good day.
No. All right, a couple more. I'm gonna try and go a little faster. This is a favorite book of mine, Vampirella 1, Frazetta cover, beautiful. 8.5 is a tough ass grade. Nico sent me this one. I missed it. 16.5.
Puke.
This is actually the highest sale of this grade. 2020 average was 9 sales. 975 to 1600. The other highest sale was 1550 in August. So it's been trending way up. 2019, the average was 930. Just some points of reference. In 8.0, the high recently was 1200. 9.0 is 22 to 24, and 9.2 is 3500. I honestly don't think any of these are bad buy-in grades. Sometimes I have a real strong feeling on one. I think I'd go for the 8.5 over the 8 on this one, just on that price tag. Normally I wouldn't say that, but just there must be a little more scarcity there. But the highest grade you can buy is always a good grade on this damn book.
What a great book.
I want to go where it says unpressed leg. Is this one tough to press? Have you pressed? I'm sure you pressed a couple of these, right?
Dude, they're thick. Well, they're thick. They're old. They're always all fucked up. Yeah, I can fix that thing, dude.
And
you have one?
No.
They're kind when they grade this book.
This is a book that this is a book that I want to try and get a copy of in 2021.
Buy it raw.
I got a 2.
I remember
Yeah,
buying my. I got a 9.0. I remember buying it and messaging. I think I messaged you and Trey. This was in the clown cover days, and it was the one time Trey responded, "That was a great buy, Z." Instead of "What the fuck are you doing?"
When you showed me your copy, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they gave you that fucking grade."
Yeah.
And then I started looking at more and more of them, and I was like, "Oh, they're just fucking sweethearts when they grade this book."
No,
Like X-Men 1. It's just a different book.
dude, here, do you guys want to know why? I don't know if you noticed that it may be a conflict of interest, but CGC now presses books and grades them. So the ones that are hard to press get freebie fucking grades. There you go. You want your answer? That's the answer. Ones you can't fucking fix, they fucking hook you up on. Because you know why? They're in the pressing business now. That's why they hook you up.
$60 a pop.
For that fucking thing?
No, they charge CGC started at $60 a pop for all of them.
For all of everything?
Well, I think anything old.
Yeah, they pretend there's a big difference between like a real press and an old press and a bunch of other bullshit. Yeah, they're full of shit, dude.
They put in a Gutenberg press. Let's go.
Yeah.
This was another Nico pick as an undervalued book to talk about. I don't disagree with him because I remember John Brown, our friend, talked about this book, man, like 2013, 2014. Why is this not a hotter book? 2018 was a 330, 2019 380, 90-day average is 455. This one was 460. There was a high sale of almost 700, but in this kind of grade in the threes.
That's a nice cover, though, man.
There's a lot of value between good copy and bad copy. This book to me is like the ASM 31, first appearance of the character and first appearance of the superhero.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty cheap book in all seriousness. I don't know that you can lose. I just don't know if people are going to gravitate to it.
I don't know. I mean, what would you rather have, this or the fucking What If 10 or like a Thor 25 or God? It's just like.
Well, talk to the guy down there. He's the Thor King. What would you have, dude? I mean, besides Jim 83, what would you have? I mean,
but if you're picking like a Jane Foster book, it's got to be this one, right?
Yeah.
For Jane Foster, of course.
But it's also the second. It's also the second appearance of Thor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is a spectacular book. That is a good call, John. I agree with.
It makes no sense that it's this cheap.
I agree with our buddy JB that you brought up. This is a fucking spectacular book. This book is one of the reasons that the market doesn't make complete sense, because fucking what a great book. It's the second. If this was the first James, the second Thor.
If this was the 15th appearance of Thor, that'd be a different book. But this is the second.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And compare that $460 to what you can get for some random nonsense.
A 9.4 of that Thor book, maybe? I don't know. Or What If book.
Random questions came to mind. So obviously our modern market is healthy as fuck, right?
Yep.
And like beyond healthy, right? So these things, is this a good sign that comics are going to stay healthy because people are buying modern shit moving on? I would like to hope that it is, because it just sort of hit me, because something like this selling for $4, I know it's a 3.0, right? But like, you're not going to get high grade. A 9.8 of this book is probably $20,000.
See, but I think like how Nico does it too is I think what collectors are doing is the modern people are flipping moderns into this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're flipping those modern books into this.
I don't think people are doing that. I'm doing that.
I think we've missed that. I think we've got people buying the moderns and flipping them for rent.
That's why I said you do that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I fucking do. Absolutely.
I love moderns. I don't not love this. I love all comics. I think this is a spectacular book. I've never had a copy of it. And I have fucking modern variant 9.8s that fucking people don't know that I have, that just like I think are my favorite fucking things in the world, because I truly appreciate the scarcity of books. Yeah. This is not a scarce book, but it's scarce and high grade. You know what I mean? Like $460. right? I think out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, like in our collection, for like $460, like no one's gonna miss a rent or mortgage to put a fucking first appearance of someone that's very important in comics into our collection, into our house, right? You know, so I think that would be, you know, a spectacular and smarter thing to do. Like I tend to look for things sometimes to make money, unfortunately. But like, I mean, this is a great book and it's a great example. And obviously, John and Nico were already talking about this. You know what I mean? So,
oh, boy, Stein.
Well, and sometimes we get too fucking in our head and we think it's a great number and nobody follows us. It's okay. I don't feel bad about it.
I'll PSA this. We're just doing a market report. We're reporting the market. So, you know.
Yeah, and bullshit, dude. This book will absolutely pop when Jane Foster, or when what's her face? What's her name?
It's pretty
Princess Amidala.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman plays Jane Foster again.
She's got to be getting old now, dude.
Yeah, well,
did you see the SNL?
I think she's older than I am.
The digital short she did, where she was a rapper.
Yeah,
it was one of the greatest moments in my life. At that point, I was like, I want to date her. I love her.
Well, I just saw her do the new Revlon commercials. I mean, she's.
Dude, I don't know about all that. I like the digital shorts.
That point for me is when she was cast as Princess Amidala. Like it was over for me. I was like.
Boy.
Have you guys ever dated an actress? It's terrible.
No,
but I've also never dated anyone who graduated from Harvard either. Yeah. So, it could be a dual first for me.
Who is also? I think wasn't she?
She's a great actress.
Israel? Wasn't she born in Israel too? Something like that.
I don't know.
No, that's Gal Gadot.
No, same with Natalie Portman. I think too. Yeah.
Wait, she had 4 parents.
All right, I'm gonna get on with. 4 books, all golden age, because goddamn it, I wanted to do a few.
I appreciate that.
This one was one that hit me more because this damn Raw book sold for $330 that somebody listed way too damn low, because a 1.8 sold for $500. This other copy, which looks real nice, not real nice, but not beat as hell, sold for 2/3. So damn it, hell of a buy. Whoever saw that one.
Yeah.
Wow,
this guy.
I hope one of our fans bought it. If you did, my hat's off to you.
Dude, if I bought something called Headlight Cover, I wouldn't have the balls to fucking tell you guys. I mean, come on, what perverts are these us comics? Jesus Christ, dude.
We are. This book is a monster. I think I highlighted on the Captain America show on Vintage Voyage a few weeks ago. USA Comics #6, a Schomburg cover. 32 in the total census. Several of them are restored. Wow. 9.0 is the highest. There's been a few sales of 2s. First one was 2019 for 1920. This year one sold for $29.60, and then this one sold for $3,200. It's a pretty big trajectory for what this book was. And also,
USA Comics
5 sold for just under $2,000. There is not a sale on GPA above a 3.5 in 5 years.
Dude, USA Comics are fucking ghosts. I love some of these covers. I think we were talking about them today, or maybe that was with somebody else. It's one of my all-time favorite covers is a USA Comics. The one with Cap and a parachute, with the machine gun, is maybe my all-time favorite cover ever.
That number 3 or 4, I think, but
especially when on the cover of the book is like some other dumb country we beat in a war.
I just want to say,
makes me feel so good.
GPA doesn't track a sale above a 3.5 in 5 years.
Are you serious?
Yes.
On this book,
yes. On that book.
That's unbelievable.
They're terrible at their job, though. You know that, right?
They are, but they
charge way too much.
They don't track a few other things.
They're a shitty company, and they charge way too much.
All right, 2 more, just because one I had to show at Christmas, and I am a little sad I didn't see that fudger. 4K for a 9.0 Vault of Horror, one of the best Christmas covers of all time. Johnny Craig classic, coffin and axe, and Jesus Christ, I love it.
Is it a
It doesn't look like the gains. So this book, 130 in the census. Surprisingly, only 15 above a 9.0. There are 3 9.6s. All are definitely gains copies.
Oh, they got to be gains, right?
Yeah, I mean, most of these are gains. This is the highest GPA for this book overall. In 2015, a 9.4 sold for 3,000 and change. So these high grade ones do not pop up often. This is one I kind of wish I saw. I would have probably thrown it on the credit card, and I don't do that often because that's a beautiful goddamn book. And the last book is I want to thank I think DJ on IG, maybe DS talked about this one, and I almost missed it. It was actually last Monday night, I think. This puppy sold, one of my favorite books of all time. Click the wrong button, dummy. Horrific One, a 4.5 sold for 2,800 and change.
Boom.
Like, I miss our copy.
I still have it. Don't worry.
I bet John does.
Got him.
I still got it. I haven't sold either of them.
Good.
There are only 35 copies of this damn thing in the census.
It's one of the best covers in the history of comics. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, dude.
Yep.
3 of them at 8.0. The highest on GPA to sell on GPA is a 7.5. This is a new record high as far as I can see on GPA. Prior to that, a 5.0 sold in 2019 for 1,860. There was a 5.5 or 5.0 conserve that sold for close to that. I mean, this thing just basically doubled in the last year.
Yeah, but nobody takes exception to it, right? Because good luck fucking buying a copy.
Yeah, they're hard
You
to find.
you coming off yours, Z? You want to sell me one?
Nope.
Yeah.
I did notice doing research for this, a incomplete copy with a repo cover, $300.
Wow.
A repo cover.
Yep.
Yeah, but and dude, we all know we're only buying that book for the cover.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Or
You
the
know what I
centerfold.
mean? So the Reaper cover still says
Or the
fucking-
centerfold. You might be buying that. You might be buying that other copy for the centerfold.
Is it a fold out of Pamela Anderson?
All I gotta say is this is a book I've thought about selling my undercopy, and I never do because I'm like, I won't see another that nice.
Yeah.
I got a 5 and a 5.5, and there's I don't know exact number, but let's say less than 15 nicer than that, and not significantly.
Yep.
Yeah, I
You know
think
what's
that's
funny?
one of DS's favorites too, right?
We had that for a long time, Z, and I mean, we sold it to you, but I mean, it was
I know.
weird. Like nobody just came up. You know, it was weird. It was a weird time.
Nobody wanted it, and I still don't think everybody wants it. I think the people that really want it, and they don't come up often.
Clearly, they just proved that everybody who really wants it really wants it.
I would love to know if DS bought it. If you're in the chat, shoot at us. If not, I wonder who beat you because I'm sure you were bidding. So that's it.
And if you also notice, John just said he has 2.
Hats off.
Thank you. You're the man on this. Let's. Are we going into pickups now? Because I'm super excited if we are. Oh, McClay's on. McClay, that's okay.
Yes, but I don't
let's
know that
get
you can
into
go
it.
first, man.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, let's
No,
get into it.
you probably got it
I'm
done.
going last, baby. I'm going last.
I might. Can I go first? Because I'm hitting past my bedtime.
I don't have any
I'm
pickups this
literally
week, so
rebagging and boarding
yeah,
boards
take it
right
over.
now. So I can show them. So go, John.
I bought 1 foreign and 1 modern. What do you want to see first?
Let's see them all.
All right.
Let's start
At
with the
once.
foreign and build up to the modern, so that
Yeah, I
I
only
can fall out of my
buy-
chair. I don't have to get up.
This is a funny story because I didn't actually mean to win this one. It was an at-work bid, and my boss walked up. I was going to bid $250, and I hit an extra 0 and bid $2,500.
Jesus,
It sold
Lord.
for $400.
Holy shit!
I'm not sure I'm happy or sad about it. I decided to take it because I didn't want the bad karma of canceling, and there were several bidders between that, so I said, fuck it.
Yeah, thank God for you for that.
Green Lantern 76 Spanish edition. There's also a Mexican edition. This is a 7.5 pre-CGC change in label because this has actually been graded for years. This is the old slab, like old slab.
No, it's not the old, but it's the one.
No,
in the middle.
but it's the 4 or 5 years ago slab.
Yeah, it's one in the middle.
Yes. So this book is not
maroon.
tough to find. I'm going to take it because the U.S. version would cost me about 3 times this. I will sit on it and see what happens because there were other people bidding this number, and I said, hell with it. And I do not like the bad juju of canceling a sale, even if
Pretty
I
sweet.
that much.
Oh, don't do that.
So I figured other people wanted it. I will just sit on it and be happy. This guy I bought a few weeks ago and has been sitting in freaking Tulsa, Oklahoma for probably 15 days. Dino showed one of these, but I bought a 9.8.
Motherfucker, you got that shit, huh?
Yeah,
I got a
both
raw.
these guys.
I got a raw sitting to you right now, Sean.
What, so
Okay.
Legs looking for one
Cover
too?
it.
Yeah, me too. I don't have one.
Nacho showed this in a hangout. I think he meant to buy it and changed his mind. I don't know why he did, and I said, "Hell with
Who?
it."
Doc
He
Joe.
bought it. I probably should have.
Oh, you bought it right? No. You didn't even ask twice. You just bought it, got it sent to your house. Dog, I was in the hangout too.
Doc Joe posted it. When you post it in the link, that's it.
I
That's
agree.
cool.
If you post a link in a hangout I'm in, you better not want that book.
Unless you post a question. If you post, should I buy this or is this a good price? Maybe
Hey, can
consider it.
someone help me grade this? Is this
Yes.
wrong? I really want to buy it. Yeah, of course. But if
If
I
you
just
just
throw,
post a link, you have decided to show it to the public.
if I throw a random link in a hangout, assume it's available for purchase.
I didn't purchase it yet, but I think it's a good buy for somebody. And that cover to me is a monster. The only other cover for
Dude, one didn't show up
$3.99
on
is that
eBay.
white Toy Biz cover.
Yeah, but one didn't show up on eBay for 9 fucking months. I looked for it. I just gave up. Literally a month later, you found it. I'm like,
Well,
then Dino finds one in a dig just randomly in Michigan.
and I
I'm
only
like,
bought it because you were so fond of it. I'm like, I
Nico,
don't know.
you're
Hey, I'm
you're
gonna-
not in that hangout, but you're welcome to be in that hangout.
I'm gonna take
I'm
it
serious.
back. Yeah.
I'll invite you in a minute. Once
I-
I,
I,
back
I'm gonna take it back. I didn't find it in a dig in Michigan. I found it on a Facebook group.
oh,
But still,
well, I'm still impressed. I didn't find shit.
Yes, Doc Joe, you probably should have. I'm surprised you backed down.
he's like my that's like a DCU 9.8 I got, that Action Comics superhero DCU.
It was like 33% of the last, or 33 above the last, 33% of the last GPA, but the last GPA was like 8 months old, man. That's irrelevant data.
Oh, well,
Yeah, every comic that's cool is fucking 200% of what it was like a year ago. It's ridiculous. Dude.
Exactly. It's fucking ridiculous.
Oh,
Gentlemen, I got to bow out. I got an early day tomorrow.
later,
Enjoy.
Evan. Congratulations.
Congrats on having a job. See you soon.
Oh boy. Leg, you want to go next, or
Hold on. Who else? Nico, you got books?
I mean, I should book some other podcast. They won't let me show my books that are slab that I got back from CGC. I got nothing, but
okay?
Why do those not count?
I'll go next. Fuck it.
I got a box thing. I want me to do.
No. I'll do it. No, Dino hit it.
Okay, well,
I think Homeboy's in there fucking waiting for.
We'll do that, dude.
I barely got shit. I'll show you. Got it in the mail.
okay.
I got a Deadpool 3, but second print variant are kind of a thing now. These Deadpools are kind of hard to find. Second printing's kind of a thing now. So I don't think this is a great cover, but I think for about $2.25,
All
like
day.
I'm not gonna end up a loser someday. Let me see. I grabbed this. This is from a friend in the chat, but didn't send me the link. But this Darth Vader 6 second print.
Cool.
Yeah, it's hard to find. Again, for $2 or $3, I don't think I'm losing on second print. So I got that one. Here's a second printing, another second print. Believe it or not, there's a theme here of this fucking Moon Knight cover. And again, for $2 or $3, I just feel like I'm not losing. You know what I mean? So it's great. And then I think you guys talked about this, but so Cherry and Cherry Pop-Tart, like is eBay like screening the links or something like that to some of the comics?
Yep.
I'm not sure. Are they?
There's an adult eBay that you can get on, and you have to put them over there.
Okay. Well, I was lucky to find a bunch of fucking first print fucking
No way.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a Cherry 21 first print. This, I think 22 is the last one in the series. This is impossible to fucking find. But I just ran into these. So I was
They
able
look
to
high grade. They look high grade too.
good enough grade. We'll see.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I don't think they're 9.8. You know, so 13. This one because of the satanic thing sells for
Yeah, that's sick.
yeah, a 5.
Yeah.
This one's magazine size and a 15.
Perfect.
These are rare shit in second place these days. Second, third.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the cherry pop tarts for real.
So those are my little pickups. Man.
Okay.
Well done, sir.
So I went to Mr. Dennis Barger, Wonder World Comics, the guy who's always in the chat, who supports the show. He invited me to his warehouse deal over there. So I took Jessup, aka Half Price Crook, with me. I took our boy Carter, aka Mercenot, who I met, very nice guy, and I took Paul's Problem with us. So that's the quad group that we took. Dennis, really nice guy, great shop, has a ton of crap, ton of stuff, collectibles in every aspect. Like, we could have sat there and went through the toy section, and I think he has like every toy known to man. It's phenomenal. So without further ado, very fair with his pricing. I won't get any pricing.
Jessup and Carter.
Yep.
They pick, at least 2 days a week for the last 20 years between the two of them.
And different shops too. It's not like two shops.
Yeah, they both indicated that this was the biggest collection of comics that they've ever seen. And Carter said he wants to go back for the toys.
Yes.
There's that many toys that are there. Dude, too.
He was like, Dennis had a Legend of Zelda gold with the box and the instruction manual, just chilling. Like, it was crazy. So anyways, without further ado, I bought, I don't know. Oh, I'm going to show off the box too, because this is interesting too. So he made his own Wonder Box. And what it is what happens is you sit there and you put them spine up, and you put them in the box. So he gave me a couple of those to go through too, and use and see what's going on with them. So that's definitely cool. So he gave me a couple of those. So without further ado, though, let me do this. Okay. So some of the stuff wasn't too crazy. I'll go with this one because actually it's so. This is Uncanny X-Force Campbell.
JSC variant, baby.
Yep. So,
and by the way, so Midtown did the same cover, but it was Midtown, and the one that says Midtown on it is worth my balls.
Yep.
That one is a fucking one that's not after one.
Okay. We talked about Fraction, so Hawkeye 2.
Oh yeah.
No big deal. I'm just stuff that I'm seeing. Added Granoff, Uncanny Avengers.
I love that cover.
We talked about Young Avengers, so I picked up a Young Avengers 1.
I think it's the first cover of America Chavez.
Here's another. Scarlet.
Malieve.
Yep.
Gorgy. For real.
There's a X-Men 500 Manifest a Destiny edition. I think it's Terry Dodson, right? Terry Dodson with all the girls on it.
Definitely looks like Dodson.
Yep, it's Dodson. So
yeah.
Here's another. This is the second printing actually of or fifth printing. I'm sorry, fifth printing of number 2.
Nice, dude.
That one. Here's a Hawk Acuna.
I didn't realize how cheap those books are now.
Yeah, they're kind of cheap.
Yeah, I'm a buyer on that book at current prices.
I just been buying it. I saw the newsstand. He had a couple of these, so I just bought a newsstand for no big deal. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, dude, how can you not? I think we'll be sad someday when we don't have a box of the first appearance of Bishop.
It has a 3 on there. I don't know why, but I bought my wife Halloween covers. So I just random Halloween covers because she likes Halloween horror stuff. So we talked about What If earlier in the show. So this is What If Wolverine Killed the Hawk. It's a newsstand edition. It's crispy. So
that's a cool one.
that might go to CGC. This is a book I don't know much about. I never seen them for sale. It's Star Wars Darth Vader and the Ninth Assassin. It's the number 1, and you actually, if I actually do it right, it's a Chicago 2013 Retailer Summit book. So no eBay sales, no thing like that.
List high.
Yeah. Where it says do that. He threw this in actually. Imagine Agents number 1. I don't know anything about this book, but he said you'll thank me for this. So he's a really nice guy about that. Let's see. He gave me his own variant that Greg Horn did, and he's actually there. That's him right there on the other side. Sorry, right there. So Greg Horn variant. I picked up a run of. I'm missing number 2, but I really don't care. It's Avengers: Children of the Crusade. It's none of the variants, but it's just the regular covers. So I picked those up. I picked up some of those black covers again that we talked about, Brian, to get gold signatures on. So I picked up a Morbius, a Ghost Rider, Massacre.
Oh God, I love those books, man.
The Ghost Riders.
Oh, my childhood.
Here's another Halloween book for my wife. It's just night dance, no big deal.
Oh yeah,
she loves it. I get Gummy brownie points. So, Uncanny X-Men number 1, the variant right here. So it's another crazy book.
That's a Delato, dude.
Yep, that's Delato.
I bought that. I actually bought that the day of release.
Here's another Uncanny X-Men 500 Manifest Destiny one.
JSC.
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I think it might be Dotson, but I don't know. Or no, it's Land. I think maybe. So it's that one. Here's another Uncanny X-Men. This is a tan 475 sketch.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's cool, right? Here's Spider-Man 1. This is a Miles Gwen Stacy. Winpool and stuff like that. Talked about Ms. Marvel. Here's a Ms. Marvel number 2.
Second print. That's a variant.
That's a variant. Yeah, just variant number 1 variant. So Ms. Marvel number 2 variant edition, first print. Oh, let's see. Here we go. Like X-Force 1.
The Noto, like Tony.
Yeah,
Tony loves the Noto. We have. Don't we have sketch? Didn't we have sketch 9/8 of that?
Yeah, we have sketch 9/8. Here we go.
Oh, 15. There we go.
Yeah,
or 10. Sorry,
10. Yeah, with the AF-15 homage. So pulled that boy. I pulled some Champion stuff. So this is a Champion sketch that I guess came from New York Comic Con back in the day.
I've literally never seen that goddamn book before. Shame on me.
So that's that one, and then I pulled a negative, which came from New York Comic Con too. I don't know. Is it rare? I don't know. See, it's funny. Like Dennis was a nice guy. He's like, hey, you know a lot. I'm like, I just pulled stuff that I haven't seen. I don't know. X-23, no big deal. Like, I mean,
I love that Women on Marvel. That, like, dude, I said it was going to take off when it took off, and then it just went back down. And by the way, she already had one of the baddest ass. I'm sorry, Logan's one of the baddest ass movies of all time. So if we want to talk about women and people undervalued right now, buy your fucking X-23s back, everybody.
Here's Ronin, New Avengers Ronin cover.
Yep.
Here's another Ronin cover I did. So, boom. So I got this. I saw this, right?
Yeah. I love it. Hard to press, but great book.
It's in good shape. All his books are in great shape, dude. Like
he literally said in the thing tonight. He said, "Bagged and boarded since birth," basically.
Here's your America number 8, the Bartel variant. That's going insane right now. I guess I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So I picked that up. Thanks to Stein on this one, I shot him out a bunch of pics of this earlier. He wrote about this in a.
I remember that. Hell yeah!
In a Ghost article, and I always read the Ghost articles and stuff. So, yeah. Fearless Defenders number 3 variant, Jimenez 1 in 25.
That's fucking crazy. I've never seen that book before.
Here's everybody knows about this book though, but the Jen Jackson.
Absolutely.
I support that.
That only comes in the special box set of that issue where they did 13
Is that where it came
variants.
from?
Yep. That's what me and Dennis were talking about. Vision. This is Vision number 4. This
No,
is
that's the second print.
that's the second print. Yep. So that's that one. I bought 2 of these. Star Wars number 1. This is the handbook, I guess. Knights of the Old Republic. I don't know, dude. When it comes to Star Wars, dude, I'm just.
Yeah, dude, at this point, it's just like, oh, Star Wars 1, cool, I'll take it.
So speaking of Star Wars, I got a Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 1.
Oh, that's a good pickup right there. Yeah.
So that's a decent.
Yeah.
I saw because we remember we had a bunch of these, but I don't know if we had this one. This was sex criminals.
It's sex crimes.
That's
Yeah,
fucking funny, dude.
I don't,
Talk about a failed spec there. Christ,
wonder-
man, why can't they make that goddamn TV show?
They might, dude. That's not a
I
terrible.
hope so.
That's a fucking great series.
this is
Yep.
G.I. Joe. So he had one of the white ones.
That's the ratio, I think.
Yeah,
The Danger Girls are so fucking expensive now.
here's an Ironheart 1. Here's a Moon Girl variant, a Moon Girl 2.
It's a good book, dude.
Right. We're still going, boys. We got X-Men sort of.
I
Sword of
love
the
that
Braddocks.
cover, dude.
Sword of the
Love that
Braddocks.
cover.
Dude, that was one of the OG fucking Psylocke specs from like 8 years ago.
Just X-Force. I just bought an X-Force Sex and Violence. I was like, whatever.
I need to break down and buy the Wolverine cover, the second print, because I don't have one. And, I feel like if I don't do that soon, I'm going to have to fucking pay market.
Here's
a lot higher.
Uncanny
Brooks, baby.
X-Men Brooks.
Woo!
Psylocke. So
Is that book still cripplingly expensive, or is it cheap now? Who fucking knows?
I don't know.
If it's cheap, I want to buy one.
Here's the
I know
Civil
that's
War.
cheap.
Yeah.
That's a fucking awesome cover.
That's a.
Like, you remember this book?
Oh, I sure do. When it was it 57?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plenty. Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why that one is worth so much more than all the fucking other ones.
No,
Makes no sense to me.
the other ones were the other ones worth more.
And then
58, but
No,
because they're all plat covers.
Well,
Yeah.
57
Well, I
is
mean,
the most because it's a homage to that McFarlane cover.
yeah.
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 yeah, but the other ones are fucking black.
Yeah.
So like this one, so this is a 60.
Homage.
This is 60. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
I hear ya.
all 56 to 60, I think is what it is. All
Maybe-
those plat covers are worth really good money.
Here's a 59.
Not
Yeah, look
anymore.
at it. Savage, dog.
Not anymore.
Yeah, the black covers are
I'm
cheap.
never fucking leaving them behind.
Well,
all right?
you're right there.
Sorry for your negativity, sir.
No,
I would never leave those wonderful plat covers behind.
The only
that
reason
thing is worth more than those. Okay, yeah.
So this is 9.8 all day. Newsstand.
All
Yeah.
right.
That's
Let's
worth
see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm. Just remember, everybody remembers these back in the
The
day.
25.
I'm
Yeah.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, so remember this one back in the day.
We're all big Falcon fans.
Yeah. Here's some. I didn't know what to do with these. So I just picked them up. Marvel Now .1 number 1.
I don't think that one's worth anything.
This is the one shot.
That is, that's Nova.
Yeah.
Kid
Yeah.
Nova.
Yeah. So I don't know. He threw this one in there kind of for me. It's wrecked, dude. It's wrecked for sure. But Secret Wars 8.
Can't have enough of them.
Well, that thing's gonna be dumb. That thing's gonna be like $1,000 newsstand 9.8 like a week or something for no fucking reason.
Yep. This is another .1. This is the variant.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
a good one, dude. I like that one a lot.
that's a good book. Yeah.
Last 2, and then I'll be done, and people can hate me and all this stuff. This is our Star Wars. I bought the handbook ones that really doesn't even count. And then I got a cover B of Danger Girl G.I. Joe.
Nice.
So
Love that.
he had like the sketch ones from Campbell, and I just passed on them because I have a whole bunch of them in my box. So I was like, I'm good. But it was stuff like I went through and was like, I had a good stack, and I really didn't pare down that much. But just stuff I never see, I hardly ever see. I'm definitely
The
gonna
only
go back.
person I haven't talked to is Carter. Jessup, I talked to in the Hangouts.
Yeah,
He said he had a fucking exceptional good time.
Carter had a great time too.
Paul said he had an exceptional time.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad you guys got to have that experience.
Paul went. What do you
Yeah,
find?
Paul
I
didn't do bad. Paul picked some fucking some decent books. I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was.
he sent me
Oh.
pictures.
The Patsy Walker number 5 variant where Kamala Khan's putting out Cosmic Ghost Rider or regular Ghost Rider. Paul grabbed that. I was like, Paul, you fucking stud. I've been looking for that book. Never found one. I refuse to fucking pay market for it. Well done, sir.
Can I show Paul stuff? I got in pictures.
I hope he doesn't get mad.
That doesn't matter. He doesn't care.
Break his heart. Paul's got a big heart.
So he bought some Aliens vs. Predator stuff. This is a G.I. Joe 100. He bought some Truth stuff.
I like that Truth book a lot.
He bought some Miss Marvel stuff.
I like both of those issues. And the Wolverine cover's cool.
So he did well.
And then he did great. And then this is the Ghost Rider one you were talking about.
I love that.
The Wonder World variant. McClay, I got a Wonder World variant for you coming.
No, I got him one already. I squared that one away for you. I grabbed one of those too. He's gonna ship it to me. I forgot it in my little pile that I didn't have, and he was really
about that. I really, really love those action or the early bird kit.
Yeah, and truly, like it looks like we're like any other average dealer. It looked like we just like took him to the, what I'm saying, like this is all he had. But Dennis did. I've never so many bangers and keys in my life. It's just ungodly. Like I got to go back.
Nice.
Probably once a month.
Well, definitely. Again, shout out to all of you guys in the live chat, and to all of those comic book stores, brick and mortar, online, everybody out there that's part of this hobby and that's keeping this hobby alive, like Dennis.
And if you're looking for books, I'll give him a little promo. He's Wonder World Comics on Amazon. He does a lot of his sales on Amazon. I saw his Amazon warehouse style thing. It was insane, dude. Like toys up the wazoo in boxes, and it's all like numbered and everything, so it's
another retailer that we want to give a quick shout out is Wanda Comics. Again, we talk about Wanda Comics a lot, but one of the things that's really cool that Drew over at Wanda Comics is doing right now is he's got this eBay auction up right now for his HaHa #1 John Gallagher variant, which is absolutely stunning. And I think he sold out of this set, so I don't think
he definitely sold out. I mean, that's the best variant that came out of like any of the #1.
Yeah, this is probably my cover of the year. This or the Something Is Killing the Children DeKalb, I think it is. Anyways, this is absolutely gorgeous, and so you can get a set right now available from eBay from his eBay store, Wanted Comics. It's all going to charity, so whatever you guys bid for this, if it goes for $200, if it goes for $500, if it goes for $100, it's going to cancer charity, which we all know somebody who's been struck by that disease, and it's that time of year. So if you guys don't have a set of these, here's your perfect opportunity to go get one. And shout out to Wanda Comics for doing that. That's really cool, man. Thank you. All right. Another thing that I want to talk about before we call it a night is real quick, I want to remind everybody about our year in review show. Let's do it this way. Where'd I go?
Dumpster fire.
So our year in the review show, if you guys want to get in on this, you guys can go ahead and take a video of yourself, 30 seconds to about 2 minutes max. If you guys want to either DM it onto our Instagram account, you can DM it to our Instagram account, or you can send it to Tales from the Flipside channel at gmail.com, or just throw it up on Instagram. Use the hashtag Flipside2020, and we'll see it. But basically, here's a couple questions. You can answer one. You can answer all of them. Just trying to keep it under 2 minutes. Number one, what was your biggest lesson you learned in 2020? What was the biggest surprise of 2020? And what are you expecting for 2021? Keep your eyes on all of our social media, and we'll let you know what's going on as the week progresses. But we're going to try and get some of these responses to you on that show. So make sure you guys check that out. Other than that, I want to also remind everybody, please go check out comicbarricade.com. Use the code word Flipside to get 10% off your order. They've got the larger Comic Barricade XLs, which are awesome for magazines and slabbed books. They've also got the regular comic barricade. So if you didn't get any
I
under
feel
your
like there's
tree
a
this year,
condom innuendo there.
what's that?
I feel like there's a condom innuendo there.
Also, make sure you guys go check out Bird City Comics. Use the code word Flipside for 15% off your order. They've got a lot of really cool Greg Horn exclusives over there. They've got the Megan Hutchinson exclusives. If you guys saw the Megan Hutchinson episode on Comic Book Women, you guys saw how gorgeous those covers were. So make sure you guys go check out Bird City Comics. Use the code word Flipside for 15% off your order. Other than that, gentlemen, thank you for letting us see your amazing pickups, and everybody else, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, hit the bell, and we'll see you next time. Adios.